That's the first time I heard someone say him besides me, actually, but in my
Oh,
house.
really? We agree, Rachel. Look
I
at
mean,
that.
I like the Andrew Garfield
I feel like that's what
personally.
everyone likes. Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. Which one was
It,
he?
I like Andrew Garfield, but I love Tobey Maguire. He's my favorite.
So which
although
one was Andrew Garfield? Was he like the last one or
He was in some movies after Tobey Maguire, but before the Marvel Cinematic Universe brought Spider-Man in.
which is the one that
it,
just dropped?
I
What?
like Andrew Garfield, but I love Tobey Maguire. He's my favorite.
So which
although
one was
Why am
Andrew
I
Garfield?
hearing myself?
Last one or oh fuck? Because I swear I do this all the time, and every time I lose all my fucking volume. So I don't know what to say. It's because Matt made me listen to YouTube videos tonight.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, that's a true story.
are we still talking about Spider-Man?
We were. So everybody's Toby Maguire and Matt too? Or no?
No, no.
I said Andrew Garfield.
Oh. And I said I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
Yes, remember?
It's all coming back to me.
I think it's just a nostalgia thing for me because that's like the movie I remember seeing when it came out. I'm not sure if I've ever even.
Who is the current Spider-Man?
Tom Holland?
Oh, I heard it sucked. I didn't go see it, but I saw some bad shit.
Hmm.
Did anyone see
Um,
it?
Whoever's
No,
saying that movies like this suck is just that's their personality. None of them suck. You might not enjoy them, but none of these suck.
that's their
Okay.
sucky personality.
A lot of people have sucky personalities.
I mean,
True.
I don't think that Marvel's ever like I'm not a supporter of Marvel. I'm not a fan. I love
Oh,
skipping them. I did see this Spider-Man. I love skipping them. Uh, but like none of them are bad. They're just like not worth your time sometimes. That's all.
like I know that we're nerds, but like it's just another group of nerds that I feel like always have
Yeah.
something probably to like pinpoint out that like I don't know wasn't accurate from the comic book or lighting or something. As like not into superheroes, like I'll be like that was good. I don't know. I'm not.
I am not like a TV or a movie nerd by
Yeah.
any means. When you asked last week, like the actress you want to play you, I'm like, really, this is not my department. I
Are
don't
we
do
live now or what?
We are live, yeah.
Oh, okay. Should we just do the show then or what?
Well, we just do things our way, you know this, Matt.
Someone
I don't
has to
know.
break
I
your
don't
pants
I'm
on, Mr.
just
Matt.
I mean, I know it was
Fine,
my idea to talk about Spider-Man, but I
fine,
didn't
fine,
now
fine.
that we're live,
Matt's like, can we wrap this up? Like it's
I
been
gotta
I don't want to be here for 4 hours tonight,
5
like in the past.
Spider-Man and 5 minutes to share a song. Let's go, ladies.
All
I
right,
made a
so
27-minute album. We don't have to talk that much about it.
Three
that's
minutes
why
for
we're talking about
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
27 minutes for album, 3 minutes for Spider-Man discussion.
Fine, we are here tonight for an episode of Ska Talk with Matt fucking Wixson.
That's me.
Hi. Um,
Hi.
Ska Talk is a product of Skagazine, a product because this is a business, you know. And we just love to spread the word of ska, and we do it mostly by a podcast. So, welcome, Matt, to the show. Janice and Rachel are my co-hosts tonight, and Rachel's going to start off with a nice little something.
Antidote and
Nice
something.
little something.
Something. Okay, I was trying to pull up. I don't think there was too much for me to look at the. Doesn't matter as long as I know it's my turn to talk.
I hope you don't have videos or pictures to show
I
them.
don't. I don't. I'm sorry, and you're welcome. I don't.
I was rewatching the Impossibles interview last week because it
Oh
was
God, yeah.
Impossible Day, and I was trying to find a clip. And I went through like where you were sharing the pictures and videos, and I was so anxious for you. And then I got anxious for me from when I had my dilemmas, and it was all anxiety. Like, yeah.
I wish that I brought extra anxiety with me. I'm sorry. I only have what I carry usually. All right. So what was I was just making fun of nerds, but also calling us nerds. So I was thinking recently about ska and like when I was younger, I don't remember, maybe the other kids didn't know what it was. Like I remember being made fun of, but I never knew like ska specifically was something that people made fun of, like until more recently. So do you guys remember when you were younger? Like, was that a thing or is that a thing now?
No, I mean, I just remember being made fun of because I was a nerd and a tree person and I had a phone cord hanging from my jeans.
Yeah.
But I didn't remember it being specifically because I listened to punk or ska. It was just the way I dressed and the way
Yeah,
I
because
acted and the things I did, that
yes.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Same.
There was definitely Scott was definitely a punchline. Like it wasn't
Was
like something kids got bullied for, but it was
it
was
was
already a punchline in like when it was popular
where did you grow up, Matt?
in Michigan, Metro Detroit.
Yeah, I don't know scene versus scene, but I don't remember it being a punchline. So I've only discovered really in my old age that it's a
But
punchline
I guess I don't mean around the scene though. I mean like in
in
high
school.
school. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, in
like
school. I think in my high school, no one knew what it was, and maybe that's why it wasn't the punchline.
that's anybody that in 1998 or whatever that knew the word ska
Yeah.
was either like they were cool and they were onto it, or they were cool and they were too cool for it. So like,
Okay. Yeah, that's about the time I started going to shows, and yeah, or yeah, I definitely made fun of not for that. So more recently, it's more of like, oh, it's a punchline, interesting, whatever. And then so and like whatever, like we're grown-ups now. I teach my kids like once you're like you're gonna not care about anything when you're older, you're gonna learn. But sometimes we go back to that childhood because I was recently meeting a friend, like a friend of a friend, like oh, social anxiety, whatever. And the friend of the friend was like pretty cool. And all of a sudden I felt like I was like back in high school, she's a cool punk rocker. She's like, oh, her bangs are perfect. And my friend was like, oh yeah, we just went to a ska festival. And I could tell that perhaps Scott was a punchline because she went, "Oh yeah, pick it up," like with a smile on her face. I'm like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Is that? Am I not cool?" Like, and like I like do dead eyes at my friend. I'm like, "Don't say." Like, I'm like, I know he's about to say podcast, which I'm always so prideful about. And I was like, "No, no!" Like, she's got cool tattoo birthmarks. Stop. Like in my mind, and I'm like, "Oh, I guess." It's not really cool. And then I was like, no, it's like whatever. And they're like, oh, really? You don't love it? And then they just started being like, pick it up. And like, you can't help it. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. Oh, I love it. And that's the trick. And that's how they get you. And so then at Pioneer Valley, I'm like, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to analyze everything about this. I'm like, I'm going to pretend I'm not cool and I'm someone else. And I looked back and I hear all the happy trombones and everyone dancing. And I was like, yeah, we look fucking ridiculous. Like, what? I was like, everyone's dancing. Like, it doesn't matter how they dance. I was like, that's right. That's exactly why we love it. And I'm back in, and that's all done with my outside observation. And so, yeah, that's my conclusion of discovering that ska is a punchline.
now you know.
Now I know it's a punchline, but I'm still in.
And you'll see it everywhere now that you know.
Now that I know. So, no, don't, no podcast, don't mention. Is that checkered socks? No, they got colored that way in the wash. Bleach was weird. I weird bleach.
I wear my checkers on my sleeve. I'm not ashamed. I have a checkered soul.
Right by my emo heart.
Does anybody remember the first piece of checkerboard clothing or accessory they owned?
It was probably something Vans, I'm sure. Like when I used to wear my slip-on Vans, now I don't wear slip-on Vans. My feet are weird and I can only wear regular Vans. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we've all been meaning to tell you, Jess, that you've
That
got
my
weird.
feet are weird.
Yeah, you've got weird feet.
That written on my notes, but I wasn't sure what kind of day you were having.
I mean, I remember I had a checkerboard bag and this isn't the first thing, but I do remember buying this. In California, I bought it. It was a Dickies bag. It wasn't Vans. And I still have it somewhere. It's really dirty, probably. But I bought it on the Universal Walk thing, City Walk. They had this store that had a Dickies checkered bag, and I bought it, and it's less than 20-some years already.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think mine was probably some shoelaces.
Mine was for sure a skirt, I think from Goodwill, that I would probably wear with like Mary Jane's and fish. And that's like just mixing it up. And a tie and a button down white shirt. And then my high school sweetheart had the cap, tie, button down white shirt, but with the striped sock tops, you know, like cut off. It was a whole matchy thing.
Did you answer, Janice?
I'm pretty sure it was Vans.
Yeah. I think Vans too. Just some sneakers with some ugly corduroy pullover. I mean, not pullover. What were those things called? Overalls.
Overall. Yeah.
Yes. Holy shit. I was the fire starter with my fucking corduroy overalls.
I have a pair of checkered overalls and I normally don't care about being much too muchy, but I got them and I was like, this is even muchier than my muchiness for me. And now they're Leah's.
Well, Tim from Ningwood Records has just said he's actually never owned anything checkerboard. That's pretty amazing.
It's going against the grain.
We got to get him something, yeah.
I mean, he's totally Ska. We got to get him some checkerboard.
Get him a
I'm sure
checkerboard fedora.
Like, he's had a real
Tim needs a
checkerboard
fedora.
He's absolutely had a checkerboard in his house before, I'm sure. Like an actual game of checkers. Yeah. Chess. Tim. Was that the end of your skit, Rachel?
Oh, I mean, most of that.
Don't want to move on if you're not
happened true, but yes.
Okay.
I had some would you rather Ska edition questions for you guys.
Oh, well, give them.
All right. If you could only wear one of these two options forever, would it be a traditional rude boy, rude girl ensemble, or a traditional skinhead style combat boots, yada, 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 forever, every day?
Matt, you're the guest. You always go first.
I guess I would choose traditional rude boy, only because there's a lot of places I don't think you can get along easily dressed like a skinhead.
Only the certain other kind these days.
No, obviously, but like I of course I know the difference between like skinheads, but like
yeah, not everyone.
I don't, but like
that is okay now.
But I mean, like you can't dress like a skinhead. You can't you can't wear that outfit to a funeral or a job interview.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like,
are you asking all of us this? Then I'm traditional as well because I have fucking combat boots and I like to wear them sometimes, but they're not very comfortable. I'd rather wear my Vans. So there we go.
Yes.
See, I'm a combat boot girl. So I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards that a little bit.
Badass Janice. I also thought to myself, the boots aren't very comfortable.
Yeah.
I've high arches.
What is your secret for comfort, Janice? Because they're not comfortable.
Oh, it's just suffering. No, I actually found some really comfortable ones. Breaking in is important, but I've just lucked out and gotten some really comfortable boots. I order from this place called Last Light Apparel that makes like the checkerboard boots with the cats that I have, and really cool pattern boots. And they're like, I don't even have to break them in. The day I put them on, they are so comfortable. So,
okay.
Have any of you ever had the skinhead girl cut with like the fringe sort of
the
thing?
Haircut?
Yeah.
No, but some girls can like truly rock that. Like there was this girl.
Yeah, it's such a good look on some people.
I'm gonna say no, but every single time I shave my head, I get a little closer to it because I'm not good at shaving my own head. So every time I shave it, it's getting a little closer and closer. So we'll see. I might end up there.
I have had a shaved head, not for fashion purposes at all. It was for cancer fund, St. Baldrick's. Shout out to St. Baldrick's. They're a really great fundraiser. And every other woman that shaved her head boom, gorgeous. Eyes glowed bigger, like they were models after. Shaved my head, and I'm not just saying this because it's me. It was not a good look. No one liked it. I did not wear it well. And the end. But yes, every other woman, my daughter included, drop dead gorgeous, wore it wet great. I was like, I look terrible for 2 years. Yeah.
Well, luckily, you're shaving your head tonight on this live stream. So we're all going to get to see exactly how good or not good it looked.
That is the plan. We talked about it.
It's right there on the syllabus.
You and this fucking syllabus. Every time we talk, you bring up a syllabus.
I don't see it in the clip notes though. That's weird. Okay. And if you had to choose between hearing pick it up whenever you were lifting something or bending over and picking something up, or having to hear hep, hep, hep whenever you were walking faster than a normal walk, as in running or swift walking, what would you choose? What would you rather?
As a gay man, I don't know if you know about this stereotype, but gay men walk fast anyway, so I would just be saying hep, hep, hep all day long. And
Do
I
you
can't
like
be
that or
doing
not
that.
like that?
I don't like this. I can't be doing this.
You're not going to say it. You're going to hear it,
Oh.
which maybe is you saying it in your head, actually.
Yes, it depends on the voice he's hearing it in.
That might actually be worse. That's regardless, I'm gonna go with the pick it up option.
Okay. And also I'm changing it to just make it clear it's Gilbert Gottfried's voice for all of this.
I'm just gonna ask, is the voice like Sean Connery or Gilbert Godfrey? Because there's
Gilbert.
a difference. God damn it.
Rest in peace.
Wait, who's dead? Gilbert Gottfried?
I think both of them are dead, aren't they?
Is it dead? Oh shit. Yeah.
Gilbert
I remember
Gottfried,
Gilbert dying, yes.
because it was him, Norm, Bob Saget all around the same time.
Yeah. Oh, Bob Saget.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I didn't mean to bring
Bring
Pick it up.
down.
Pick it up. I'm
Or
going
pick
pick it up.
I'm going to pick it up too.
Yeah, our answers are all pick it up. What is your answer, Rachel?
Oh wait, what was the question? Thank you.
Hep hep or pick it up?
Pick it up for sure.
Cool.
All right, we'll do one more because
Make it a good one. But fuck, I'm throwing the paper.
Cross out all the garbage ones, Rachel. And just
if you could only skank or do some mosh type, I don't know what it is when it's ska music and it's moshing, but not really. Whatever that is. You can only do one forever when dancing.
Are you dancing or are you moshing?
I would skank. I would skank.
Yeah, me too, because you can make that like whatever you want to make it. You can do whatever you want. Really. As you have observed, when you tried to step away from the ska, you saw
pretend you're so
skanking.
Why are they all happy and dancing?
Some people think there's only one way of skanking. That's not true.
No, I like. There's a girl.
How many ways would you say there are?
It's unlimited. It's infinity. Like however you want to however you want to dance to ska. That's like as long as you're like moving your feet too. I guess
that's sort of like the great thing, right? That's what I was saying. Like they're dancing however they want. There's no wrong way. Like that's the best part of it being flexible.
I mean, if you want to, I guess there's a definition of what skanking really is.
Right.
And we cross lines. That's what we do.
That cute girl who does like a little different dance every day shows you like this is like more from.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know her name.
And like it's always adorable, and then like I look at myself, I'm like, I can't quite. Okay, I see what you're doing, but
if somebody says you're doing it wrong, what are they?
Posers.
I was gonna say gatekeeper, but whatever.
I've been watching a lot of SLC porn, but sorry. It's the only insult I know right now.
Did Matt and Janice answer that? Matt did. Did Janice answer? Are you skanking or moshing?
I'm going with skanking. I'm going with skanking.
I used to be in the mosh pit back in the day.
Or, I mean, anybody who says you can't do it wrong has probably never seen me dance, but I don't care. It's fun.
Oh, James, I like your shirt. All right, and then my last question, because you guys just triggered, when people are moshing really aggressively, like, and like trying to hurt someone, that kind of moshing, do you think it's just like an acceptable way to just be like get your anger out and be a psychopath? Because a little bit of me was like, be smart, like a different way to do something where it's acceptable. And I was like, I wonder what the statistics are on those people who was never hugged by their parents or not. And I think that would tell me.
And then you like start talking about crowd killing, and yeah, that's not cool. Yeah. Me and my friend, we used to go to shows when we were younger.
It was a joke, not serious.
I know. But we used to seriously go to shows, and everyone would be in the mosh pit at a punk rock show, and we would just cross our arms and spin in the middle of it, and it was so much fun.
Yes, I saw someone doing that recently, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
So did I. It was at oh fuck! It was at the Bad Time show, and I was like, "Are they really doing this right now?"
Yes.
We used to always do this. It was during I don't know, Kill Lincoln or something.
I was doing it at Car Bomb Parade with someone.
Were you?
But yeah.
All right, well, we'll save that for later, but you never told me how much you like Car Bomb Parade.
They were amazing. It definitely gave me like kind of like Benny theater, like the theatricals of it. Like I was okay.
Cool. I'm glad you love them. We should move on with the interview because in like 29 minutes we're going to be interrupted by something else happening, maybe. So I just want to say the last time Matt and I talked, it was with was it just me and Eric? I guess it was. I listened today. No, it was me, Eric, and Sarah Mayers. Sarah is actually at a concert tonight. She just texted me. I hope she's having a great time. But when the three of us were chatting, we talked about like the beginning was how Harris and Walz were going to win the election. And now, 2 years later almost, we're in a much different state. Like we were so optimistic and thought like, hey, maybe this can happen. But something else happened and a lot of things changed. So I wanted to know, Matt, first of all, it's weird to ask you this because like we talk a lot, but what have you been up to in the past 2 years and how has this current state impacted you? For the listeners who don't talk to you.
Well, I've definitely been on since then because I was on a memorial episode for Eric.
I know.
I was on with the pandemics. But what have I been up to? I don't know. I made a couple of albums.
Well, yeah.
God, I've been doing pretty well in construction, in my construction job.
Okay.
You have a construction job?
I mean, I don't like build things, but I work for a company that builds things.
Like in the office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yes. I knew you were in an office. I was like, what's this construction shit? Where have I not been listening?
I work for a company that builds we build parts of auto plants. So like we're connected to some auto companies, but like we're not an auto company, but we're a supplier of auto companies.
Yeah, and you're in Detroit, so that kind of makes sense, I guess.
Like
everything around here is cars.
Like Tommy Boy.
Something like that.
I have such a horrible memory, but I can like recall learning that and remember like who your boss is, like personality. Like we talked for like 5 minutes by ourselves once.
That sounds.
I remember right. It's not useful to really remember, but I did.
God, I don't know what else I've been up to. I've been working and I've made a couple of albums.
And we will get into those albums, I promise. But
I'll
pass it off to Janice first.
Okay. So let's go back a little bit and start off with your ska roots. Like, tell everybody how you got into ska music to begin with, how it became such an important part of your life.
God, I got into ska music when the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and Goldfinger and stuff were on the radio. And Say Ferris and I heard Mustard Plug on the radio, and I heard Suicide Machines on the radio. And that was how I got into ska. But when I was so I was born in 83. So I was like in 7th grade in 97. It was like the perfect time to get into ska music. And but like at that time, I used to think like I can count all the ska bands there are. Like I've heard of all the bands obviously, so I know how many ska bands are on. There's like nine because I never heard Catch 22 on the radio, but I'd seen them by then open for somebody. So like I was like, you know what? I know how many ska bands there are. And then one thing led to another, and I just started making friends with people at ska shows, and then I started playing ska shows, and oh boy, everything else. Now it's part of me. Now I'm considered the ska guy even when I'm not doing ska. It's a blessing and it's a curse. Blessing because I've always got a home, it seems. Like you can never fully ditch the ska label. Um but
Sorry.
you can also always be just kind of held to it too.
Yeah.
People might come to expect it, but it's good to have a variety of things. And there's a lot of ska bands that have a couple of ska songs and the rest are not ska. And
Mhm.
I still love them and they're still ska bands in my heart because I know it's in their hearts. Like it's fine. Give me one good ska song and
What if they go a whole album without making any ska songs?
maybe.
Do they
'Cause
still
sometimes
play some live? I mean, if they play some in their live set, maybe it's still, I don't know.
Yeah. See, I don't think it actually really makes sense to call a band a ska band. Like it's
No,
convenient,
they're not
but
a
like a
ska
band a
band.
band isn't a genre. A song can be a genre,
right.
but a band we shouldn't put a
No.
band into a genre.
Yeah, a
I
band,
mean,
yeah.
certainly like the Planet Smashers play like 100% of their catalog is ska. Like the songs are ska. They're a band.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No, I totally agree.
But I feel like I see more and more bands who do have a lot more genre crossover and variety in their songs, I feel like, than ever, but I don't know. That's my observation.
Oh yeah,
And I love that. I think it's cool when you see a band who usually does this take like a hard left and they're suddenly doing something different. And they're doing it because they want to, because they're enjoying it, and you're getting to see them experiment with something new. And I think that's important to the growth of the band. And a real fan will kind of stick with them and be like, this is cool. Let's try something different.
And like even like
Yeah.
people will call the Slackers a traditional ska band. That they play all kinds of really weird stuff, and even when they play ska and reggae, they play it weird sometimes. And I love when the Slackers are playing like boogaloo music or like like rumba or whatever the hell like they're doing.
I really enjoyed I saw them live for the first time after I think 20 years of not seeing them, and I really love them. And I also just like hearing, like, I just went to a show where like every band like just had like, it was like a different like version of punk. There was like this really southern country punk band, and like I love all the little twists on genres too. Like
Yeah.
makes it.
Same. So speaking of twists, Matt has a lot of twist in his
Twists
music.
and turns.
Lots of twists.
I what?
You have a lot of twists in your music. Since our I don't want to say the last time we talked, but since the first time we talked, you put out two albums. One was Americania, which we touched on when we had you on with the pandemics. We didn't really get into depth about it because when we had interviewed you for your show the first time, it was before that came out.
Yeah. That is true.
Since then you have also released Resistor, which was just like what, 5 days ago? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like, and only 10 months after the last album. So you've been busy.
Yeah, I've been busy. I mean,
Or
it's short, but it's pretty quick to get even a short album together in that time. I think I'm pretty stoked that I was able to do that.
like
To be honest, though, it was important to me to beat Streetlight Manifesto.
that's hard to do. Come on.
Selfishly, because a month, it was a few months ago. I was like, you know what? I promise I'm going to have this out before Streetlight Manifesto does. And I really hate breaking a promise. And like I said a promise, not that anybody is gonna hold me to that, but like I'm like, this is gonna actually that's gonna make me accountable to it. Like, and so not long ago, Streetlight was like, we're gonna have it out in September, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have it out before August just in case they jump the gun.
I
So
didn't
I
hear
put it
you.
out at the last day of July.
I'm gonna plug real quick, real quick. We are doing a giveaway with Franco Music Hall here in Philadelphia for 2 tickets to see Streetlight Manifesto on their most recent tour. There's a name for the tour. I don't remember what it was, but I just want to say we are halfway through this contest. We started it on Friday, July 24th, and we will draw a winner on August 15th, which is a Saturday. And you can enter on our Instagram on Skagazine. So look for handle Skagazine. There's about 4 posts up there. Find one of them, tag someone you want to bring with you, share it to your stories. You can win tickets to see Streetlight.
Thanks for that setup, Matt.
Yay!
But
That was
back to Matt Wixson, whose
that was my
album
very
came,
subtle segue for you guys.
Matt Wixson's album who came out first. I didn't put it on the outline, so thank you for the reminder. I forgot about that until you said that. Fuck, where was I? No, I want to know, like, how do you put albums out so quickly? Does something have to be going on in your life to inspire this? Is it something you're constantly
Why? What did you
doing?
hear?
Oh, I've heard everything. Nothing. I just want to know, like, what the motivation is besides beating Streetlight, because you just made that clear.
Yeah.
That's all he needs. That's all he needs.
And it wasn't just like, hey, I'm gonna beat Streetlight and put out a shitty album. This is a good album. So something
Right.
contributed to that.
Well, it's definitely unusual for me to have put out 2 albums so close together. Like way back in the day when I was a much younger person, like 2009, 2010, I used to be pretty prolific, but like lately that's like it's not been like that for a while. Uh and like the last album, Americania, I spent a lot of time on, and I took my time on it and got a lot of people involved with it, and had to finally decide it was done and put it out. And it felt like the biggest. I mean, it's definitely the biggest sounding, uh, most I don't know, most pieces album I've made so far. And so like that one was very much different than anything I've made before. But not too long after that, uh, I don't know. I had some emotional problems. Well, I mean, for one, a friend of ours died. I mean, he's not really referenced on on the record, but like kind of uh, the memorial show for him kind of sparked this some of these songs. Um, the existence of a Instagram page mocking me that was made by some community records. Oh my God, Freudian slip shit. Bad Time Records. Some people on the Bad Time Records tour made like a Instagram page that was like kind of mocking me, and I tried to be a good sport, and but like I couldn't be a good sport about it. Partly because of my history with the person that I was pretty sure was doing it and turned out to be doing it. And so like I've had a couple of bad run-ins with people in my ska community, I guess, basically.
Sad.
And so this is kind of where this album was coming from. I tried not to be so negative, and like I honestly feel bad about making such negative music sometimes, but I also feel like it's, as an artist, the thing that I'm expected to do is be an honest conduit of my feelings and my observations. Because if I'm feeling it, at least I have to tell people about it. That's what an artist is supposed to do. And so, unfortunately, I'm telling something about something that didn't make me feel that great, and so it's not that happy of an album. Um, but I'm doing fine.
But also I wouldn't view it as a negative thing, because I feel like as an artist, you already know this, that most great art comes from something like painful or etc. emotional. So it's like taking something negative but turning it into something good, even if they're not happy songs, they're still good in art, you know?
And like
Yeah.
I had to help you in some way, and maybe it will help someone else who's dealing with similar kind of things.
Yeah, and I'm lucky enough that I've already gotten feedback from a couple of people who told me that the album made them feel less alone while they were dealing with something.
Oh, well, that's great.
And like it's really cool that I can do that. And I know just from history, like humbly, I I have that effect on people. Like I am a pretty good translator of the feelings, it turns out, I think, because the way that I describe the feelings seems relatable to people. But also, one of the songs on here, My Mom Was Getting Worried About Me, is from 2022. It's a older
Oh,
song. I know it probably sounds perfectly in context. But I've been here before. This isn't the first time I've had problems with my social scene, and my mom's been asking me to tone it down, and I don't take her advice, and I get hurt by somebody that I could have maybe got avoided being hurt by. Um, and so I guess like that song could have gone on to Americania, but like it really didn't fit that one. And as this album was starting to take shape, I was trying to make a different kind of album. Like some of these songs were going to be going in a different direction. I was really trying to make another political album. And I've got some songs that did not end up on here that sound a little bit like this, but are pretty political in content, like Americania was. But like the political stuff didn't really fit these. But then that 2022 song like finally felt like it had the proper context for it. And of course, it made my mom cry. She said,
Yeah, it's a very good one. I think that's my favorite song on the album.
oh, "Thanks."
it's my second. It's a really good song.
I was just trying to find the album in case I think I'm forgetting a song on there I wanted to mention. Where can everyone find your album?
It's streaming everywhere. Bandcamp's got credits and lyrics, and you can download it there.
Before we,
mattwixson.bandcamp.com.
Great.
we do a segment called Brain Old Style. We are going to get into that. So we are going to ask you about all the songs. But first, I want to know, like, what goes into recording a solo album? Like, you've been in bands in the past, right? A solo album has to be much different. You only have yourself to please, number one, right?
Hmm.
So, like, is that easier? Is that harder? You have to motivate yourself also. So there's got to be like pros and cons to that. Like, what do you like better working as a solo artist or in a band?
I think that if every single person with like a professional ear that I know that is my friend, but especially my enemies, if they were really honest with me, they would tell me that I should have other people editing this and that I should have outside input and that I'm too close to this to be good at doing it. And I think I'm getting better at it, but like for a very long time, that was absolutely the case. Like I should not have been doing my own mixing and recording and everything. But after decades of it, I feel like I finally am kind of good at it. So like I didn't set out at all to become a recording engineer and mixing engineer. I've always just wanted to be a songwriter. I learned guitar because I thought it would be more beneficial for the songwriting I was already doing on piano. Um, and like everything, like when I first started making music, it was entirely loop based. I love Fatboy Slim. I got into Fatboy Slim at the same time I got into ska. And honestly, in retrospect, for the same reason, like they're so compatible. They're very similar music. And like so I've made a lot of like repetitive dance music, like made with samples and loops. And that was how I used to make music. And I eventually started, like when I began playing guitar and everything, I've had all of these different ways of making music. Now I can make bomb the music industry things where it's kind of punk with a bunch of digital instruments, or it's sometimes I'm making just like really simple like acoustic recording. It's just a vocal and a guitar. And now lately I'm making Afro house music with trombones and steel pan. And like on this album in particular, like some people have mentioned, like even with as much electronics and stuff that is on here, it sounds kind of organic. And I don't know if they're being nice, but like one of the things that like I feel is a very important development for me is I recently read this book Dilla Time, which is about the deceased Detroit hip hop producer Jay Dilla. And it's partly his biography and like kind of his impact on hip hop and R&B in the early 2000s. But it's also about his innovation with like computerized beats because he was able to make computers not sound so computery. And this book tells like is partly like it's one third of the book is like music theory for beat makers basically. And so like lately I've been trying to like Americania, I tried to make it as organic as possible so that it felt like it was in the same world. And with this record, I've been trying to lean into like I don't have to make punk because if I make punk in a computer, it's compromised. If I make ska in a computer, it's compromised. But if I make like beat music, like that's the right context for this. Like, what if I lean into that a little bit? So I've been making beats all the time, and inspired by the Jay Dilla book, and so like that's been like the basis of a lot of this was I'm just trying to make a beat that like feels good to me and then the song starts from there and that's been I feel like that's been a good new development for me.
Sorry. I'm on too many tabs here, just like my brain.
How long is it was I just talking?
It was a couple minutes. I
All
mean,
right.
I was chatting with people in the live chat and stuff. Anyway, oh, speaking of, I should relay that message. Tim from Nagwood said that he can 100% confirm that this album made him feel less alone and understood.
Hmm.
So good feedback there. I don't know if he had already given you feedback, but there you go. Before Rachel's gone, and she was next up, of course, but before we get back to her. Okay, so like talking about working on something as a solo artist and not as a band, like it's your baby, you can do what you want, your own pace, your own way, like minus the mixing and the mastering, like how does that impact the product that you're putting out? Like,
Well, for me like I love it uh because I'll just tinker now like I'll plug in a synth or another keyboard and I'll just start tinkering. Like sometimes I'll be sitting at work and like on my lunch break and find a weird sound and try to make a good sounding beat using that weird sound. Just like to see what I can do. Like it's so fun to have like a self-contained, you know, like I don't have very much gear, very many musical instruments really. Like, but I can do a lot with it, and it's so fun for me to just sit around and tinker. That said, there's a lot of things. I mean, there's a lot of things I can't do by myself, and like one of them is make a convincing punk song. For instance, like I need a good drummer for that. I'm not a good drummer. I can't simulate a good drummer. Uh, but like as actually me and a friend of mine have been talking about like he's got a studio that's pretty like pretty professional studio and we've been talking about starting to just get together once in a while and just tinker together and I think that will be a very good thing for both of us and I've never really like I've been in bands but I've never tinkered together with another
so
person with like my kind of mindset before.
you were talking about drumming and then you went into that. Is he a drummer or no?
This guy is a drummer and percussionist and that kind of thing.
Cool.
But I don't like. I'm not thinking of this as like I'm going in for something. He's going to play drums and I'm like we both talked about we want to play with a lot of like pitched percussion, like xylophones and vibraphones and stuff. And no idea what's going to become of that. So
Well, that's exciting.
but like ultimate I think that I think that I really it would be in my best interest to have somebody outside of me telling me yes or no at some point. I love the freedom that I have. Don't get me wrong. As an like I treat myself like an artist. I give myself freedom. It might be beneficial once in a while for somebody to not treat me like an artist. Rein me in a little bit.
Anything else in particular that you miss being a part of a band for, like touring, for instance, playing shows, that kind of thing?
I mean, playing shows with a band has always been like it's just totally it's way more fun than playing by myself. But I think that part of that was I was doing solo shows wrong for a long time. I was really trying to be like a solo punk thing instead of, like I said, like leaning into the thing I'm already doing. Like I should have been doing singer-songwriter stuff instead of trying to play ska punk on an acoustic guitar. And like I should be making beats now instead of trying to play punk on my laptop. Like I'm trying to be better at understanding what I'm best at in this situation. And I feel like I for a long time struggling to struggling to be a punk singer when it wasn't it wasn't natural for I mean, struggling to be a ska singer in a punk context when it's not natural for an acoustic guitar musician to do that. And also, in retrospect, it was never even that important to me. Like, it's weird that I spent that much time doing something I wasn't probably even supposed to be doing that way. So, like, when I started that punk band, I was like, oh shit, this is amazing. This feels so natural. The shows have natural energy. People know naturally what to do in response to our music. Like it was like night and day, and I was like, I don't, and like I just stopped doing solo shows for a while, and obviously I did again. But like being in a band, I was like, well, I'm never gonna go back to playing solo music again. And then when I eventually really kind of did, it was as a singer-songwriter. Like was like, you know what? I'm gonna instead of doing the sing along, clap along, joke, punchline kind of chorus songs like I've got in my early years, I want to sing the song that's gonna kind of bum you out, or like a really nice song about my husband, and like, uh, that was like, and that because that's what you're supposed to do when you're the guy on stage with an acoustic guitar is sing those kinds of songs, I think. So it's all been different. Like if I'm ever in a band again, like I'm excited to start to make a ska album again with a ska band. Um, because I don't think I'm going to make a ska album without a ska band. I want to make a ska album with a ska band because that's how you make ska albums. Uh, I'm excited to do that again. And when I do that again, it's like it's going to be the band thing again, and it's going to be like a big thing. It's going to people will know what to do.
All right, we're going to take a break from reality here for 1 second. Who's your dream band, backing band? Give it to me. I like everyone that would be in it.
Oh, like am I picking
Yeah,
individual people or just
you're just
picking a band?
individual people, not just a band.
Oh
Like, yeah, who makes up
God.
your dream band? A super group per se.
Every member of Streetlight Manifesto. Um,
But,
oh God, that's I would have you'd have to I would feel so bad making this list off the top of my head because I would be picking my second or third choice probably for each one. And then I would just regret having answered this question.
mm, you should think about it and revisit and come back and tell us later. If not tonight, some other day.
Maybe Ara Babijan on drums.
Who?
Ara Babijan from the Slackers
Okay.
on drums. Actually, I'll take a stab at this. Here's
Yeah,
my
do it,
ska
do it.
band. Ara on drums, uh, Victor Rice on bass. If I can get him in from Sao Paulo, Uh, God, actually, I just want the Slackers. Can I just have the Slackers?
Okay, fine. The Slackers are yours.
Sorry, Vic, you're out. I'm getting Marcus geared on bass. The
Okay,
Slackers are my backing band.
what are we gonna do with Vic? We'll find a place for him.
Oh, Vic Ruggiero can stay. Victor Rice is not my bassist. Marcus
Oh,
Geared is my bassist.
okay. Whoa, okay.
Sorry.
Wow.
Alternately, the Suicide Machines are my backing band.
Like Suicide Machines now or Suicide Machines in some other time?
Honestly, like, well, no, I've got nothing against any. Like, their current lineup is incredible.
Yeah.
So the Suicide Machines now,
I
honestly,
mean,
they've had incredible lineups in the past, but they're
yeah.
incredible now.
And they've been together for quite some time at this lineup and
Yeah.
really killing it. But yeah, they're one of my favorite bands. I would love to see that.
I don't. To be clear,
I
ain't
know.
never gonna happen. But
That's why this was a dream, right? It was a dream.
but
You never
you
know.
asked, that would be a really sick backing band for anybody that plays ska punk because their rhythm section is one of is like I mean in the past they had one of the best rhythm sections in ska punk, but in the present they have one of the best rhythm sections in ska punk. So
I can agree with that. How about you, Rachel?
What about me? Who would I choose for his band, or I just get to ask him what I want now?
You ask them what you want now.
I was curious to how, like, with you releasing it so recently, if you're having a release party or what you're doing to celebrate and share it with everybody.
well, I'm doing this, aren't I?
Oh, this is the big hurrah.
This is the release party actually.
Okay.
No, I don't like I don't really play shows. And also like a lot of these songs aren't really songs I could play by myself. So to answer your question, I don't really have anything planned. And that's fine. Like I at this point, like I feel like I'm a recording artist, and when I get to play things like Jess has offered, um, like that feels like a separate thing now. Like I get to do that as a musician, but I
Yeah.
get to do this as a recording artist, and those are like two separate things
So
now.
there's something that could fall in between. What do you think, Janice?
Well, are you
Between
going to be
recording-
putting out any more videos for any of the songs? Are there any you think you might put a video for? You put out one for If You Weren't a Witch.
I've been talking to the director of that video about making another video for one of these songs, and we've got some ideas.
Ooh, who did you work with on that one?
It was a local guy, Jason McCaffrey, who is I think he's a few years older than me. It turns out he's like a childhood friend of one of my cousins, and together they went to Detroit ska shows in the 90s, and somehow we got connected online, and he was making music videos for people, and he reached out and was like, "Hey, you want to work on something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to do this song." And he was like, "I hoped you would pick that. I really want to make a ska video." So I keep finding the right people. And but the guy came from like most of the music videos he's made are hip hop videos. And so I reached out to him and I was like, "Hey, I got a song I want to make a video for. Do you know anybody that makes hip hop videos?" Of course he is. So and we've been talking about what kind of how that video is going to go.
So is it gonna have like cars bouncing down the street playing like slow? Like remember when I first listened?
It's gonna be me in gang colors.
Is it
Obviously.
gonna be Resistor?
Black and white checkered.
I'm gonna be
Like, is it gonna be the
I'm
title?
gonna have a Uzi.
Will there be Fly Girls?
I gotta know.
Oh my god, I gotta have Fly Girls.
More white. Please sound more white. Please sound
We're
more
all really excited about this, but I need to know, is it gonna be a Resistor?
No, it's not. It would be insane to make a music video for a 34-second song.
No, but you told me, and okay, or am I allowed to talk about like private chat? Sure. You told me you should have made that longer, so I thought maybe we're considering making it longer and making a video.
No, that's fair. I did tell you that, but it would be, God, that would be a totally different song if I made a longer version of that
Like you
song.
would be bouncing in the car going
But
down Philly Street. I told you
to,
that.
to be fair, I did start trying to make an extended version of that. I
Ooh, I
don't
love
think,
it.
like, I'm not going to write more words or anything to it, but I've been trying to be like, how can I let the beat rock a little?
Nice. That
And
is
we'll
a great
see.
intro, dude. Like it really grabs you.
And thank you.
Yeah.
I love making a short song,
Yeah.
uh, especially for like I feel like I did this for a lot of early albums. I would try to put a very short song first, so that like after when you got to the end of it, you were no longer listening to a song. Now you're listening to the album. Like
Hmm.
now you're doing a whole thing. You're not you're past the song already. You're doing the whole thing.
Yep.
And I there's no reason to believe that this works, but like if you look at the stats, like there's a Buju Banton album that has a very short like intro track, and you can look at the numbers. It's like the songs after it have like 80 million plays, and that's got like 40,000. Like everybody just
Wow.
skips it.
That's crazy. Interesting. So
See,
you're
I
go
used to
ahead,
have a
sorry.
huge appreciation for short songs back in the mixtape days because there was
Mm.
always that little bit at the end of the mixtape that you had to find just that right little snippet to put in there. And so that's where those like 30-second songs came in so handy.
Hell yeah.
I miss those days.
Mixtapes are coming back, I hear.
It's
I'm telling
it's
you, mixtapes in MySpace. Let's do
it's
it.
so funny. I was literally at a thrift store today and there was like this mix. It was like a record player, but also it was old, but an cassette player. And I was there being like, can I record a mixtape on this? But there was no crossover of that. But mixtapes were, man, they were the best.
It was a passion. I made mixtapes for everyone who wanted them and a lot
Yeah.
of people who probably didn't, but I didn't care. I
I
just
made a
enjoyed the
lot of
whole.
mixes for people who ungrateful did not appreciate that, did not ask for them. So
I never got a mixtape that I did not appreciate. And I'm so sad that I don't know where they went.
There was
I
this dude, Skate Rat Chuck, we called him. He was my ex, like in high school. Believe it or not, I've been with Christian for a really long time, but he made the best mixtapes. Like that's how I discovered NoFX and Weezer and fucking Pennywise and all the bands. Like
Can you tell me again what everyone called him?
Skate Rat Chuck.
Gay Rough Chuck?
Skate Rat. He was a skateboarder. They called him
Rat
Skate
Chuck.
Rat. His
You
name
said
was
skate
that?
skate rat.
Gay Rat
Skate
Skate
Chuck.
Rat.
like
And,
skateboard, skate rat.
and in my head, I was like, that seems like it would probably be someone Jess loved in high school. And then you said it was your boyfriend. I was like, I knew it.
He
Well,
made some great mixtapes, and there are a lot of bands that I discovered because of him.
Nice.
like all the different people, like how you affected them, like you introduced someone to their favorite
Oh
song.
yeah, like we've all been influenced by like different people, different
Yeah,
things. Like,
you
there's
gave someone
all
their
these
favorite mug. Someone thinks of you for this. So I like that shit. So
mhm, all these things that make up our story, right?
yeah. And like
Yeah.
not realizing what, you know.
Yeah. I remember the first time hearing No Effects. I was like 14 or something, you know.
Do we want to talk about some of the songs on
Yeah,
not
I think we want to play Brain on Ska.
yep.
Does Matt remember what Brain on Ska is?
See, if you hear it, you
It's
like
not just the Mustard Plug song. We want you to break down, you know, the inspiration behind each one of the songs on the album.
Each one, I got you.
Each one, starting it off with Resistor. Go ahead, tell us where it came from, what the inspiration was, and what the
and
message you want
and
people
you lose this part of the interview if not someone has to cry.
What?
It has to make one songs have to make one of us cry or
You have to
it's not
cry?
it's a game. Yeah. I feel like his songs are make me teary eyed sometimes. It was
Okay.
a joke. One has to cry.
So Resistor, give it to us.
With humor.
Well, this was the last song that I wrote for this.
It's funny
'Cause
how that works.
well, I kind of felt I had the album title already, uh, and I felt like it needed an intro to kind of set the scene. so I gave it a title track, and that's this. Um, it's very short. I have no idea how these kind of things sound to other people. Like I have a, I don't know, anxiety that the people think I'm making things up sometimes or I'm exaggerating. And I only say this because of the way that some people talk to me when I express myself. Not about these songs in particular, but like I get nervous about songs like this because I always get the idea of like I know that some people think that I don't know. I've been through some shit, okay? And so that's what this song is about. And like I've been through some shit, and then recently some people have been just deliberately trying to like successfully re-trigger some of the shit.
Okay.
Doesn't it suck that miserable people want other people to be miserable?
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually that's what it is. Like people
Yeah,
don't
like you know
activities.
your truth.
The
So
the thing is like I mean I some of these people I don't even think it's they want me to be miserable. I think that they just like they want to step on somebody and it's okay to step on me. It's not even about me. It's just I'm a person that's okay to step on.
yeah, but that's what it's like a terrible feeds measure. I was just talking, it's like I just don't like it. It's
Can I
Like
play this one since it's like really short? This is probably the best one to play.
yeah.
Are you not gonna like make me feel ridiculous when I have a hard time sharing? Because I'm not. It's just gonna play. It's all gonna be good. It's gonna share and we're gonna be fine. And yeah.
Let's go.
While you figure it out, I want to tell you that one fan said of this song, it's like a ride real slow with your windows down and car bouncing type
You
John.
got your jabs and you had your fun. Got the tar and feather, the Copernican. Playing smear the queer for the group cohesion. Kick him when he's down, you don't need no reason. Burnt down bridges and blocked out shows. Making enemies with the hat arrows. You locked those gates and you act so shady. So let me show you what this whole thing made me. Lonely and weird.
Isn't that such a weird way to
That
start
was
an
like
album?
my fastest share ever. Fastest share ever. You were talking. I didn't know what you said, but you were talking.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Somebody said something about something bouncing. I don't know.
Somebody said about that song, I love the intro. It's like a ride real slow with your windows down and car bouncing type John. Any guesses on who might have said something like that?
Bo.
Bow.
Yeah.
That is a Philly word, Rachel.
I was gonna say Sal.
It was me.
It was
Oh.
just
It was you. Oh, okay. I was trying to think of who was from that area in Pennsylvania. I was like,
The funny story is this though, because I was just sent the Mutiny album, the new one, and I was like 4 songs deep, and Matt sent me his album, and I was like, I hope no one from Mutiny is listening right now. I was like, I'm gonna stop. I love the Mutiny album. It's amazing, but I'm gonna stop the Mutiny album because Matt's my friend. I really want to hear his album. And I was like, besides, this one needs to be heard in the car really loud anyway. And I was talking about the Mutiny album, but Matt thought I was talking about his album, and he's like, yeah, it really does need to be played really loud in the car. And then I heard that song, and I was like, I want to play this really loud in the car. It was fun.
They also sent me the new Mutiny album, and I'll co-sign that. It's a very good album.
So fucking good. So my thing with like the way that you and some other people, I'm not going to name people that send me albums because I think some of them are not supposed to do it or whatever. The way you send it, like I could listen to the whole thing at once, but the way some people send it, you got to play like each song separately,
It's
and
tough.
it never works for me because I have really bad ADHD and like yeah.
It took me 3 days to actually get to the end of the Mutiny album. And by the time I got halfway through, I forgot what was happening, and which I don't know. I have the exact same problem when I have a file full of like a Google Drive folder instead of a playlist. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
So
God
what
help you, because I'm gonna get lost
SoundCloud is
after a
one.
song or two.
Yeah, that's what happens to me. SoundCloud is a good one. How did you send me yours? I don't remember.
It was on SoundCloud.
Yeah. So, oh, SoundCloud and Samply, you can play them all the way through.
Yeah.
So if you're a band out there and you're sending albums to be heard in advance and you want some feedback, try to do that, I guess.
Sampling is objectively better than SoundCloud,
Is
to be
it?
clear.
Oh.
SoundCloud is not meant to be used like this. I don't do anything correct. I'll tell you, like,
I mean, I got to listen to the whole thing through, so that was good.
good.
And speaking of listening to the whole thing through, there is a second track that we should get into, and that is called Promethean Blues.
Yeah, this is a song about AI. But well, it's kind of about AI. It's also about people. Like, I feel like people have been algorithmic since before AI, and we were making slop before AI, and we've been kind of turned ourselves into programmable devices with like predictable responses to things. We have to do this. We have to not do this. Like, I don't know. I feel like we made people very, very robotic, and then we turned robots into things that we think are people. So that's what this song is about. But it's also a little bit of a diss track. Specifically, I mean, well,
I wouldn't think that of you.
I,
Matthew.
me?
Ska beef. Wait, is this even ska beef? It's some kind of beef. Who's the diss for?
Well, it's just the people that are already spending a whole lot of time and energy executing somebody's prompt, and that's kind of what this song is about. Is we've made ourselves into prompt response machines already. So like, how can we even be mad at AI for like we're already doing this as people before machines started doing this for us.
Like, why do you think that is?
Uh, conv dopamine maybe. I think it's like you can get rewarded for succeeding in the as an algorithmic thing. It's also convenient to not have to think very much about things. And if it's successful, it feels good to do things like this. But like it's doesn't that's 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 more like AI music than a lot of music is, in my opinion.
See, I grew up listening to like Me First and the Gimme Gimme, so like I love a good cover that's done in a different style, and like I've seen Postmodern Jukebox a couple times. So I
I
like the
love cover songs, to be
creativeness
clear,
of
yeah.
like getting into something different, taking a song and just giving it a whole new spin. So to some degree, I'm guilty of enjoying that kind of
I
stuff.
don't think that there's anything. I mean, like historically, until like the '60s, all musicians practically were playing cover songs. That was all you would hear by any musicians. Like that's not a judgment to put like cover songs is not the issue. It's like like we call AI music slop, like mass quantity, low quality.
I think you're saying, or correct me, like it's being presented as this is new music, this is creative when it's not, whereas a cover song is a cover song and it's fun and enjoyable. Maybe that's what I'm gathering.
And it's this is obviously negative, but like I don't really mean it as negative as it's coming across. Like I I think that like Me First and the Gimme Gimmes is like we can call that content, right? Like that's not art, is it? Like I love that music,
I I
but
I I also since forever loved them. Yeah, it's fun.
there's nothing wrong with that. It's
Right.
like
There's
I
anything wrong with that.
I was so skeptical the first time I went to a Gimme Gimmes concert long ago, and they blew my mind how good they were. And like ever since, like yeah, that's a cover band. Like there's no reason to mess with them. They do what they do so well. Uh, it's content ultimately, and that's fine. It's entertainment. It's it's fine.
Yeah.
So this is because they're a cover band? Is that what we're talking about?
The- You asked what this was, who I'm dissing. I'm not trying to diss cover bands. I'm trying to diss algorithmic reproduction.
No, I got it. I got that. That's what I was saying, like different than cover bands. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's not even covers, honestly. Like part of the song too is people like recreate, like continually recreating the concept of genre. Like the idea that ska continues to sound like ska is also kind of a problem. Like that's also what AI is doing. It's also we're also regurgitating like we are kind of like as people we do this. And it's not just as cover songs. Like this is also kind of a critique of the idea of genre. Like uh there's was it like for genre-based iterations for playlists online, like the lyric is like that's there's a ton of bands that are making music that sounds the same as all of the other bands in their style, maybe all of the other bands on their label. And there are bands that like really want there are bands that are not on Bad Time Records that are making records that sound like Bad Time Records, either in the attempt to reach the same ears or like hit the same ears the same way, or maybe to one day be on Bad Time Records or whatever it is. And it's not just Bad Time Records, but as a record label, they're doing very wonderful things. They also do have a sound and they also do have a general look. They have the same photographer. They have some of a lot of the same, a lot of artwork is made by the same graphic designers,
Yeah.
and other bands in the ska scene sound like this and look like this.
You think they're trying to replicate Bad Time?
I don't think they're trying to. I think that it's just how genres like reproduce themselves.
That's what he's like comparing to AI. Like we were acting like we were just following instructions.
And it's in a sense, like, I mean, yeah, this is also like the flip side of that is I'm patting myself on the back because aren't I so artsy for doing different shit that nobody listens to? Like, that's, I mean, like at the flip side, of course, like I can acknowledge is like I'm full of shit for making this criticism of people, you know, like so like so I'm trying. It's a little bit of a diss track. It's also just a philosophical track about people becoming treating themselves and each other like machines, and then suddenly creating machines that we think are people like.
Okay. Gotcha.
God, I feel like I've dug myself a hole with that explanation.
Anyway, we're going to move on to the next song on your album, which is I've Been There. So this is a great song.
Yeah, it seems like it. This is the one, like a lot of people are saying very nice things about this
It's
one.
a really, really great song. Actually, it's my third favorite, but I really love it.
All right. Well, thank you.
3 out of 8.
This is a song. This is a song. I don't know. I was kind of like in like following the previous song and like what I just said about aren't I so like cool and different because I'm artsy and I like this is kind of like I want you guys to seriously hear me. I'm not like you guys. I'm not one of you. Like not like to people like to my fellow musicians, like to people
He's
who
letting all of us know he's better.
not you.
We're
Like
yes.
I don't want like I am this person that's like, doing this thing, and I don't want you to see me as part of like as one of your ska peers, like fellow musicians. I would love to be perceived as a ska fan from now on, not a ska musician. I don't want to be seen as somebody who's competing for ska gigs. I don't want to be seen as somebody who's on a ska gig who might taint the integrity of the gig. Like I don't want to be seen as like I know that forever I will be part of the ska scene, but like this is my declaration. Like I know what you guys are doing. Like I know what it's like to be in a DIY band in a DIY scene. I know because I've been there, and it's like this, and it's struggling, and it's pretending to do this, and it's hustling, and like, and at the end of the day, I want to start rapping. And like I had a bad time doing that at the end of the day. So that's what this song is about.
I want to hear the song.
I've been there, I've done that.
those lyrics uploaded, huh?
Yes, you do.
I'm just looking at them on Bandcamp so I can refer to them myself.
We want to stop? Where are we at? No, we want to keep it going.
I've been that, I've done those headlining punk shows full of dumb bros and coattail riders, trying not to wind up as 9-to-5ers, spending lots of time purifying their flyers. It's never on their mind what's behind their blinders. Kinder words, no, we pick sidewinders, and climbers can decide if you die if they don't like how your mind works. I'm a genius, dummy. Now you wanna run, keep another thing from me, and it's funny. Use me as a rung for the money when I would have kept it loving unconditionally. My friend, there's just one fact: the timeline can't run back. I get you, Miss Young Matt, but I've been there and I've done that. But I've been there and I've done that. I've been there, I've done that. Said I've been there and I've done that. I've been there, I've done that. But I've been there and I've done that. I've been there, I've done that. Said I've been there and I've done that.
This outro is disrespectful of the audience
I've
this
been
time.
there and I've done that. I've been there, I've done that. Said I've been there and I've done that. I've been there, I've done that. I've been there and I've done that. I've been there, I've done that. Said I've been there and I've done that. I've been there, I've done that. Said I've been there and I've done that.
How many times did that say I've been there and I've done that at the end? Do you know?
Oh,
I
It
actually
really wasn't all that many.
Yeah, I wish I actually did count how many times at one point are the
I
words
know.
"I've been there, I've done that" said in that song, because I mean the call and response is both is call is that, response is that as well. It's all
I'm only asking because me, Janice, and Rachel did karaoke at Pioneer Valley Ska Fest,
Oh.
and we never realized how many things were said over and over again at the end of the song.
Angela,
So we did No Scrubs by TLC, and we were like, what the fuck?
we were like, cut
like,
it.
all right, wrap it up.
Never stopped.
It was fun though.
So
They should do a karaoke cut where it doesn't have to keep going
Right?
on. We
I
get it.
agree.
We get it.
Well, Rachel was like, stop, cut it, cut it, cut it.
Yeah, and Slim Shady too. At the end, I go, cut it after the first chorus. It was too long.
Oh my god,
That's
yeah.
awkward, pretty awkward.
I
That
do
last
know.
track was Lee's favorite track on the album, just so you know.
Hell yeah. I do know that there are 17 tracks of my vocals on that song,
Oh,
which is quite a lot. I think that's I have it's got to be the most on a song. But I mean, it's because there's a gang of me calling and a gang of me responding, and then there's also a stack of me singing lead vocals in that part. It's weird.
well,
I'm in my producer era. This is like my pop record, which is a weird thing to say before we talk about the next song.
Yeah, because you were talking about lyrics. Now there's the lack thereof. We're going to talk about Double Helix featuring John. I'm going to fuck this up. How do you say his last name?
Kashnowski.
Kashnowski. I can do that. And Panoramic View, who is Aaron, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, what's his last name?
Aaron Cody.
Aaron Pody. I met him at Pioneer Valley. He was really great. We met for 3 seconds. No, it might have
Yeah,
been
he
2 minutes.
he played with Buck 09, right?
He did, and I was so upset I didn't realize that he was playing on the same song as the Saban girls because I wanted to capture both of them.
Yeah.
And I was on the stage at the end where they were, and he was all the way on the opposite end, and they were playing on the same song, and I didn't realize that. So
Damn.
I didn't get to capture him, but somebody else did, and I saw it yesterday, and it was great.
Hmm.
And I was there to hear it, which is even better, obviously. Good stuff. He's
Yeah.
really. I didn't discover him until probably it wasn't after he got announced for Supernova. It was before that, but not very far before that. So I've been really enjoying his videos and all the things he does.
Yeah. We back in 20, I think it was 2024. He was doing he was releasing one song a week with where the steel pan was was the main instrument, but anything else he could play with anybody else he could get involved. was fair game because he's also a drummer. He can also play some other instruments, and he's well connected, obviously. Even more so now. But like, so like he was just as like a creative exercise, trying to make a piece of music, kind of like in the way that I kind of do sometimes, where like he's not really sure what he's starting with necessarily, or he has just a melody and he'll build it up however he feels it, and it's not necessarily aiming for a genre. And sometimes it's reggae, sometimes it's not trying to be reggae, but it's a version of reggae, and sometimes it's whatever. And so like he was doing this like a song every week for like that whole year, and ahead of time, like while he was working on some things or before they came out, he would send me tracks. And if I liked them, if I had an idea that for something, I would either add vocals to them or add some drum beats or some synths or whatever it was. And so we ended up with a bunch of like really weird collaborations between his collection of like percussion instruments and my whatever else, melodica and synthesizers and sampled drums and whatever else. And like I feel like he's like a kindred spirit. Like he's a fellow like real creative, curious person. And now he's blowing up with the Instagram reels, which is incredible because I mean he still amazes, like I've seen so many and he still amazes me sometimes how like good he is at that instrument. And so finally like the song started with the drums and synths, and I brought John on first, and I actually tried to make this like I wanted to have four guests, and it was going to be like a DNA thing with T's and A's and C's and G's, and it was going to be a very brainy ass thing about whatever you call those things. And I bailed on getting four guests, and I never really figured out how the other two guests would have fit in here in the first place. But two guests still makes two helixes, in my opinion, so that still works. And it started with John doing trombone and layers of trombone, like he's done on a bunch of songs with me before. Uh, and then Aaron was next with steel pan, and eventually I added a sheep. I forgot that was I think the sheep was the very last touch on the album. Was me adding sheep to this song.
That checks out. I feel like sheep that.
It's definitely not. You definitely don't do sheep early in the album.
You can't do sheep
stages.
early in the album. Everybody knows that.
And honestly, here's a I have to admit defeat. Like a month or two ago, like I posted several times on Facebook trying to find somebody that like knew somebody that had a sheep that like I could meet and record in person.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you should.
And that had a name, so I could credit the sheep by name in the credits and like say that like I really wanted to have this experience, and I I did not have either the energy for the effort or whatever it was. I didn't find a real sheep. I found a public domain sheep sample.
A public domain generic sheep sound credit. Well, if you were close here to the Hudson Valley, everyone has a sheep. Everyone has a goat.
For the next one, we'll have organic sheep in person.
If I will
field
not,
recorded animal vocals.
Next time, I'm not going to endorse it without an organic sheep with credit. Just so you know.
Also, the way that I put this sheep sound on here, partly because of another book that I read about this band called the KLF, who were like just kind of bonkers, and I highly recommend looking into the KLF.
KLF?
KLF. I'm not even sure if it stands for something. But they were like a British pop band that was also like an art project that was also really confrontational and did some I don't know. They're very fascinating story, but they had a lot to do with sheep, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put a sheep somewhere on this album, and I wanted it on this album partly because double helix is referring to DNA, and sheeps were the first animals we like famously like the big animal we cloned.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of forgot about that too.
But the sheep is the vocalist on this song, and the way that I used the delay, I tried to make it like a sound system, like the shouting guy, like just shouting hype stuff, where we have like the really long spacey delay on it. But instead of the guy shouting the hype stuff, it's just the sheep buying, and that's my little joke.
That's really funny.
I have a vague memory of the KLF. I feel like they had at least like one radio played song in the 90s.
Yeah, they did. They had like a couple of minor radio hits. But like it was almost like they almost like tried not to. Like there was a they they were so confrontational. Like they were at award shows and pissing people off like with political statements, and like they wanted to slaughter a sheep on stage at an award show. They were talked out of it, but they ended up bringing a dead sheep to this award show. And oh, that was at an award show. They had like a quirky novelty pop song, and when they performed it at this award show, they performed it backed by like a grindcore band in an or like an extreme noise band or something like just really confrontational, something the pop world was not ready for. And then they also had like a sheep carcass with them, just because like they did not take mainstream anything seriously at all. They they were making they made like bootleg records. Somehow they had them pressed, like hundreds of them, where like they would just have minutes of illegal samples of like ABBA, and then they would like fuck with it, but it would be like entire minutes of unfucked with ABBA music before they like, and they were like, of course, like not allowed to do it, and they all had to be destroyed. And like, it's puzzle like reading about them is puzzling why they did a lot of the things that they knew they couldn't get away with, and they would have to just undo or destroy at the end.
Didn't you just mention were we discussing dopamine?
Well, yes.
And a whole fuck you kind of punk kind of, I suppose.
Well, I mean, so at some point this band, the KLF, this is way off track, but here we are. The KLF had 1 million pounds in cash, and they lit it on fire, and they filmed themselves burning 1 million pounds. And they were not like rich people, but and they also, like, when they were asked why did they do it, they had no explanation. Like they wanted to say it was art or something, but like they were like, I don't know, we just felt like it. And like they did, like, in some ways, like they almost come across like dumb, but like they're clearly not dumb.
Yeah.
And
They must.
but like they in the story they talk to Alan Watts, the comic book writer, who also practices magic, like in the world, like like sigils and spells and things. And he told them that what they did was a magical act, whether or not they understood what they were doing. And it's a really fantastic story about one of the weirdest bands in pop.
How interesting. But I feel like saying we don't know why we did it is the actual then. That's supposed to be the part that's like artsy. Like you're not supposed to.
Right. Like that might be
what I mean?
might be true. And maybe that is just them authentically following a muse, and that's what art is. And who knows? But like it also, to the outsider, like it's really hard to tell the difference between that and bullshit, you know? Like I love that. I love that you can't tell.
Keeps everyone wondering, like this type of art, I guess, you know, and it's hard to do something different and interesting. Do you like Andy Kaufman, Matt?
I am very fascinated by him, but I don't know a whole lot about him that I didn't learn from the movie about, or actually, I guess a couple of movies about him.
Well, that's the great thing about movies and everything. Right? I feel like he just came to mind as like trying to do something in the art world, like really totally different, and you don't know what's real and not real. And I was like, I bet you like him. I love him. But...
Who was that? Sorry.
Yeah, Andy Kaufman. He
I gotcha.
Jim Carrey. I feel like
I was talking to Leo on chat, and sometimes it's hard to do two things at once.
I was looking in the chat too. I was giggling at the e-bike comment. Whoever made that.
All right. So next, I want to know. I know you're a huge fan of Flying and you're friends with the Keep Flying guys.
Yeah.
Why did you choose Time and Tide to cover?
So
Has
actually,
to
like,
mean something to you, right?
uh, I mean, the lyrics really are relatable to me, first of all. Um, I recorded this, like the album this is the title track from came out in 2025, and it came out on Friday or whatever, and on Sunday I had this song recorded, this cover. And part of it was like this was an exercise partly in like I want to feel synthesizers and acoustic guitars together. And so this was kind of one of the experiments. I wasn't intending on releasing this. I wasn't intending on this being on an album. But it turned out to be kind of one of the experiments that like the sound and then the lyrics also were kind of where the album was all going. So this sort of became like the start of the album accidentally. But like I don't know, I it really started because I heard their album and I was about to see them a couple of days after their album dropped. And I wanted to surprise them with a cover. And I'd never covered like never done like and put effort into a cover of a friend's song like this before and like surprise them with it. So I'm like, you know what, this would be a cool thing to do. And I surprised them with it and they were stoked about it. And then I'm like, you know what? Well, now I've got this album taking shape, and I sure relate to the songs that my old friends were singing on this one.
Well, it's a good cover.
Thanks.
You want to talk about how you put your own twist on it?
I was, I've been doing this thing occasionally with like again like when I'm tinkering, where like I'll think of there'll be like a rhythm from some kind of music genre or something in my head and I'll try to like flip it to a different instrument. And with this one, I was trying to do there's like what's called like a train rhythm in country music. It's like a ticka 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 like on a snare basically. And like I was trying to do a version of that between like a sample and a guitar, and it ended up sounding like like fucked up cumbia. And I'm like, well, all right, I guess we can just do this then. And so that's kind of how it started. And well, like I said, like I was trying to feel a way to combine synthesizers and acoustic instruments. So I guess it kind of ends up sounding like I don't know, this somehow this song sounds kind of psychedelic to me, and I don't know what it is about this song, but uh yeah, I just kind of started I started with the rhythm and just kind of built it up from there and it followed the instrumentation where it told me to go.
So, what was the feedback that you heard from them about the song? Because I know you probably did.
So there's a couple of lyrics that I changed, like mildly modified, and I could tell that there was a couple that like when Henry heard them, he's like, "Oh, that's cool," but there was some where he's like I could tell he kind of wasn't fond of my change, and like not in a way that you'd even tell me, but like poker face kind of stuff. Like I could see that like also there's like in the like the title lyric, the time and tide, like will wait for no one. In their song, it's the time and the tide will wait for no man. And I changed the word to no one. I made it like gender neutral. And that was one of the things where like he's like, no, I understand why you did that, but like this was a quote from something. And like I think he was kind of like, you shouldn't have broken this up. And and like in retrospect, you know what? Like I don't I he was if he was criticizing me and I don't even know if he was, it might just be in my head. If he was criticizing me for that, he's probably right because I really wasn't aware that I did not know that there was a quote of something. And, but uh John, their sax player, played in the Flaming Tsunamis with me. He's a very old friend of mine. He said he's never been in a band that had somebody cover their song before. Like they've had like the bass cover on YouTube or whatever, but like nobody's done a cover of Keep Flying before, or like his other bands.
Oh wow.
So even though it's only me, like he was like, that's really cool.
Only
It's
you.
really well, like because
Matt.
they tour with Bowling for Soup and shit. Like it's only me, you know. But like,
I'm surprised no one else is. Well, I mean, I guess they are fairly newish, right? Somebody will cover their songs besides you eventually.
but I
And
mean, like also
I'm
like
not saying that to like
yeah.
downgrade you at all.
But John was also he's been in a bunch of bands, and it's not that uncommon for bands in our scene to not really get covered.
Right.
Like we don't. I think that we should be better at that, honestly. Like we should be covering our peers more.
So
I would.
cover ska bands
I would
or
love to
anybody
see an
covers.
album. I would like to see a compilation of Bad Time Records artists covering other artists on Bad Time Records.
Oh, and they're wait. So Catboy covered Kill Lincoln. I remember that.
Great. Let's do
What song was that?
16 more of these.
Yeah, seriously. Like
That's like
it was a fun one too, and I can't think of it
long ago
right
when I
now.
was on Community Records, we talked about doing this with Community Records with like uh with Matt Wixson's Flying Circus and Fatter Than Albert and Stuck Lucky and A Billion Ernie's, like all each
I love
like
Stuff Lucky. Were
uh
you like public access was on?
public access, yeah. Uh
Are you a
Murphy's
fan of Air
Kids.
Control too?
I
Like,
love Girth Control.
yeah, that's good to know.
Uh
If you weren't, I would probably be like, bye, Matt.
Girth Control hosted Matt Wixson's Flying Circus and Stuck Lucky in Albany on a show in 2018. That's
Oh,
how
wow.
long ago.
Oh.
They're some of my favorite people, those three.
But yeah, like back when Community Records was still sort of somewhat a ska label. Like and there was like all those bands were still around and together. Like
Right.
we talked about like we should all just like cover each other's songs and like
That's fun.
and Stuck Lucky actually did kind of follow through and they did do a Flaming Tsunamis cover and they did do a Fad cover and like that's like I love when people do that kind of stuff.
I feel like this is on the same wavelength. Maybe wavelength, is that the right term?
Wavelength, yes.
Okay. What I feel like I started taking notice of recently is musicians that give shout outs and props to other musicians and those who don't. And more often than not, I'd say most do. But now because of that, I always pick up those who don't.
Do they lose points with you because they don't?
They do.
Yeah, I get it.
What for?
Because,
Do you
well,
observe
perhaps
this?
you know what? I might just be thinking of one person.
I think I can probably articulate what you're thinking. Like if you go to see a band play and they're playing with 4 other bands and they're not shouting out those other bands, is that what you mean?
Like I just happen to know the musicians that I notice don't give shout outs, and I don't mean to be negative. See, I caught it. Darn it.
Shout outs to who and for what reason though?
Know that they're like pretentious and not where I get to listen to old like musicians be so like you should check them out and this and they were wonderful to me and like just encouraging each other and being cheerleaders for each other and like I just appreciate it.
I always love a cheerleader, but
Yeah.
if I go to a show where like all the bands are shouting out all the other bands and then this one band plays and they don't say a goddamn word or they leave a band out, that's very disencouraging to me. Like,
yeah. So to put it in a more positive way, I just people that are encouraging to other people get extra points for me, and I always just take note of
we should
it.
always be lifting one another up. I agree with that. Yeah.
And so like I took covering each other's songs kind of as like giving each other props and promoting and cheerleading. Maybe I should.
So cover songs are a good thing.
It's right. It's a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely think so.
Are you trying to suggest that I'm anti-cover song or a hypocrite
no,
for having a cover
You just
song?
did a cover song.
Because before we were talking about cover songs as if they were a problem too, and I don't want anybody to think that I think covers are bad. It's not the cover.
No, that's in your head. No, that's not at all. You were saying I think bands should cover each other's songs.
Yes.
Bands should cover each other's songs so that maybe you wanted them to encourage each other. And I was just thinking, yes, I want more of that. And I see a
Also-
lot. I like it.
And you know what I gotta say about all of this, Matt? Get up out my business.
And like, it's weird though, because text message from Matt Wixson,
You didn't get that.
he hates cover bands and what he uses AI for his cover. That's crazy.
We're moving on to the next track, Rachel. It is not called Get Up At My Business, but that's how Jess hears it and Jess sings it. It's called Can I Mind My Business? But when I first listened to it, I heard Get Up Out My Business, and that's how I'm always going to say it.
I like it that way too. Either way.
So, Matt, tell us
it
about
really
that
does
song.
fit.
And that's what you said to me when I said that to you. You were like, it fits. And I was like, good, because I'm going to sing it that way forever.
All right, so this song is about wanting to just not be the object of people's attention, really, like wanting to be left alone by other people. And it's about, yeah, I guess get up out my business is a perfectly good set of lyrics to put in the chorus of this song. But like I I get this, like it seems like it's a paranoid set of lyrics in this song, but like it to me these aren't like paranoia things. These are like biographical things. Like this is about somebody standing on a sidewalk waiting for someone so that they can attack them. This is about somebody trying to erase the existence of somebody. This is about being stalked. I got stalked by somebody who was in my wedding. Like in real life, like not paranoid, like somebody was actually stalking me. And that's what this song is about.
Thoughts? Any?
I mean, relatable, but okay, I'll have to go back and
Oh,
listen to that one.
Janice is like, I'm going to
So.
keep it on the inside. But yeah, like, it makes sense.
Hmm.
Also, like I realize like it's like very heavy. Like I think what I said is a little bit heavy, but like and the lyrics don't really come across heavy. And that's kind
Okay.
of that's confusing tonally in like a real big fish sort of way, but maybe like I it doesn't come across like I'm a traumatized person, but like I, it's weird. I guess maybe it's weird that I deliver these lyrics with swagger. Maybe it's confusing. But like at the end of the day, it's about like wanting to be, hey, I other people aren't here for you to fuck with or for you to score points on.
You're just trying to live your life and like
Lots of people are just trying
move,
to live their
bitch, get out my
lives.
way, for real. I'm just trying to get a damn pint, just like anyone else who wants to clear their mind. But there's someone parking on the dark sidewalk and just waiting. I'm just trying to make it back home. Like, just trying to live your life, right?
Yeah.
I get it. It's a deep song. It's fun to sing, I will say, but it's a deep song.
It's a deep song, but it's also
Especially
like
since I made the lyrics my own. But yeah. I think after this we get into an even deeper song now. My mama's getting worried about me.
Hmm.
You mentioned right
oh
in
actually
2022.
let me
Oh,
say one more thing about kind of on my
yeah, go
business.
ahead.
About actually two little things about melodies. The Can I'm on my business is like na 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 boo boo. That's what that
Oh,
is.
no, no,
And
no, no.
also the oh hey oh
I look just like
is
Buddy Holly.
yup.
I like it. Okay. But now we're gonna get deeper because so when you said that there was one song that you were most anxious about the feedback for, was it your next song or was it something else?
No, it was actually I was most worried that people were not gonna like I've been there.
Oh, but
Like
wasn't that
I
your
was
like first release um besides If You Weren't a Witch because it was already out? Was that not the
no,
first one?
that wasn't out until the album was out. But like
I think it
the
was.
fact that it had a rap beat, and then I had the gall to rap on it, and then on top of rapping, I'm calling people that I'm friends with possibly dumb bros and coattail riders. Like it's I was really kind of and I'm auto-tuned. I'm auto-tuned vocals. All of these things. I'm like, God damn it.
So I did.
Sometimes I go far and sometimes I go too far. And I don't know which of these angles is going to be too far, but I'm sure one of them is going to be too far for everybody. And it didn't turn out to be the case, obviously, which is stunning to me. It's a very nice lesson for me to learn. Um, but like that was the one that I was worried about because like, are people gonna laugh at me if I rap? What if I'm rapping with auto-tune? And also, why am I shitting on people like this? Why am I taking swings? Like that was the one that I was most worried about. And then it turned out to be that was what people are complimenting a lot.
That's awesome. It's a great song. I actually had to get Ox to. It's so funny when my 10-year-old explains music better than I do because I like music. I love music, but I don't have an ear for music the way musicians do. And I
Yeah.
have a musician in my household, so I'll constantly talk to him about things. And I was like, is auto tune the same as AI? Like, can you explain the difference to me? So Ox explained the difference to me today, and he's like, no, that's not AI. It's not doing it for you. You're doing it yourself. I'm like, then why is it called auto? And he's like getting into all this shit. And I'm like, oh, whatever. But he explained how it was different.
The way that I don't know if auto tune is even the right word for what I have. I have like a stomp box, like a guitar pedal that
Uh,
you can plug a mic into and you can do some tuning stuff with it, and it's got some settings. And like I don't have for that song I don't have like a raw vocal. Like I didn't do the processing in the computer. That was done in a pedal and came into my computer already processed. Um, but like the way that that works, it basically like I feel like I'm using my voice as a synthesizer. And like you can sync, pronounce words and everything, but like it's like pitch wise and even like the way you use your mouth, you're shaping the sound of a synthetic sound. And it's yeah, I mean sure like like a real singer can't really think of it like that, but for me the auto tune thing is like I'm using my voice as the MIDI controller for a synthesizer.
fun. But we were about to
Anyway,
talk about another song, and we went back to a song.
I
anyway,
know we're bouncing around, bouncing around.
We
I'll
always
go.
dance around. That's what we do. My mom is getting worried about me. I thought that was
yeah.
the one you were most anxious to release
Oh,
because
I'm
it felt
at
like
this.
that was the most vulnerable for me. Like,
Which part do you think would have? Which part of this do you think I would have been worried about if you have the lyrics in
uh,
front of you?
oh, I don't have the lyrics in front of me, but hold on, I
Sorry.
want to get them now because I want to answer that. Fuck, you're putting me on the spot. Hold on. Resistor, Matt Wixson. I'm on Bandcamp. My mom is getting worried about me. Hold on. You guys should talk or something. My doctor
Flying.
tells me the first thing I saw was my doctor tells me I'm doing fine. It might be a little crazy, but no, that's not it. Hold on. I like it's this part. Hold on. I know what part it is. I just gotta find it because I can hear it, but I can't say it. My friends are hoping I don't keep in touch. Like, what the fuck? Seriously, what is that?
That's a sad thing to sing, right?
Oh,
Well, I don't know. Like that's. Oh God, I'm trying to think of who might I have been thinking about at the time. Like at the, I felt like there was a time where because like I got canceled in 2017. The first time I got canceled was 2017. And like ever since then I feel like I'm not the same person to people who had like a very big part in my life. Some people tried very hard for a very long time, but like at a certain point some people just couldn't hang with it. Either they couldn't hang with whatever like the actual reputation that I have or they couldn't hang with how I'd grown to adapt to it and deal with it. but like some people have like, and sometimes they don't tell me. Sometimes I don't know ahead of time sometimes if someone's decided to drop me, you know? And so like this is me kind of being paranoid, like, man, it's it's hard for people to hear from me sometimes in my head. Maybe it's not true, but in this is me thinking that like it's hard for like that friend of mine that I met on tour that I only see a couple times a year if I'm in his state or he's in my state. Like it might be hard for me to it's complicated for him to hear from me for if I reach out, if like I ask him to collaborate on something. It's so like they're probably hoping like I don't ask if it's complicated. Not everybody, obviously. Like my last album was full of friends who kept in touch, who worked with me and stuff. But this was me feeling like, yeah, it sure does seem like it'd be easier for some people if I stopped trying to maintain relationships with them.
Yeah, I've been there. I understand. Not in the same capacity as you because I'm not making music, but yeah, I think we've all been there at some point.
Yeah, probably.
So it's pretty relatable, but that's just one line in the whole song. So tell us, break it down for us. What is the song about?
Well, like it's all pretty like everything in here is pretty real. I guess like my mom saying, "I know you're strong, but you don't have to be," is pretty much a quote from my mom from sometime or probably around October 2022 when I wrote this. Um, because around this time, a friend of mine got very spectacularly canceled, and I decided I was gonna take some of the heat for it by asking people to treat him better. Not even defend his character or cast doubt on anybody saying anything about him, but just saying you don't have to treat him as badly as you're treating him. And like my mom was like, I know that like you want to stand up and do the right thing. You don't have to do that. Like this hurts you sometimes to keep doing this." And she was right. And here I am again making an album like this.
Moms are always right.
Uh, and then we talked about friends don't want to or hoping I don't keep in touch. Um, and my doctor, like I guess she's not a doctor; she's a therapist. I fudged that detail for the sake of syllables. Um, like at one point she was like, "Are you crazy?" Yeah, maybe. And like left it like there for a second, and she's like, "But like, it doesn't seem like it's a problem to me, you know?" I'm like, Okay, all right, I can live with that if you can." So that's my doctor tells me I'm doing fine. I might be a little crazy, but she's sure that it's benign.
So it
In the
seems
stuffy monastery, here I am.
the whole theme of this song, it seems to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is being stronger than you need to be. And, you know, like your facade is, I am strong and whatever, but inside you might be hurting and trying to find peace.
This is yeah, it's maybe like maybe this is me asking myself to be soft with myself.
That's what she said. Sorry. Rachel, you didn't get there fast enough.
And you're
And you
muted
did
anyway, so it doesn't even
it.
matter. You're muted, you idiot. It doesn't even matter if you that's what she said.
Shit. Jess is the comedian now too. God damn it.
I did.
How did we get here?
I need to go make an earlier appointment with my therapist now because I feel like a fucking loser.
You
Oh,
might
God.
be a little loser, but we're sure it's benign.
Can't do anything right. I don't know. I feel like songs. I know, and I was like actually in deep thought and not thinking dick jokes for once in my life. I was like, I feel like, and then I heard that's what she said. I was like, no. I feel like a lot of like songs, or not a lot. I don't know. I just hear like also like with like loss of friendships that like it's almost like a shocker trust thing if you think someone's like your friend and there for you, and then like suddenly they're gone, and like just that whole feeling. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could be throwing in my own shit. Also, I feel like it's about a 41-year-old woman, and It's all about me.
Also, this is a pretty rare, like as a piece of like production, this is pretty rare for me because the way that I recorded this was like I played the piano part and sang it in unison. And I'm obviously not that good of a piano player. Like I'm holding it together, but like I'm not a good piano player. Uh, but like I've never really recorded that's like in general I don't have songs where I'm accompanied by a piano like as a primary instrument, and then like to do it and then sing it was kind of new, like it was a new thing for me. And that's also like, so when you hear me straining, like that was me. That was the one take.
How did you like? How do you feel about it?
Well, I love how it turned out, and obviously like I added some extra stuff to it. They added the solo and everything to it later, but like I love how it turned out, and it's I don't know if I ever have to do any solo piano vocal kind of thing as like the foundation of a song ever again now that I've done this. But I'm stoked that I was able to do it in a way that turned out as well as I think it did.
Yeah. And I mean, do you kind of like, I know you were saying like, the acoustic kind of funny songs, like, around the campfire, were one thing, but then sing like you've done all these little, have your hand in like, and all these different things. Have you kind of appreciated that experience of being able to try all these different things? Like that there's not one thing that you just have to just stick with that. Does that make sense?
I mean, I think that I have
like you just use
I've had my complaints, obviously. You can hear all about them. About being in music, but like I love all of the experiences and all of the opportunities, the different ways I've gotten to use music and gotten to play music. I'm about to finish a short piece of classical music that I wrote for a friend at his request for his podcast that I didn't play on. I just wrote the music for, and I
yeah.
had some other friends play on it. And I've never done that before. That's cool. Um, I was in an improv country band where we would perform concerts of songs that were all requests that nobody wrote before.
See,
And
I think that shit's fun.
and like I got to do all kind. I've done so many cool things with music, and then like even like the things that Jess has invited me to do, like after Croydon, singing whatever the hell I did at that bar after
Oh,
Croydon.
that's not ever, and I will forever say we will always have a valley. Is like that was like an incredible night,
Oh,
and I've been
Follies,
there
yes.
since,
Yeah.
and it was never the same. Like it
Well,
had
how
to
could it
be
be?
like
There.
art group and nothing else.
That was fun.
But yeah, like that's something else that I don't know very many people that have had an experience like that as musicians. And I feel like I'm the kind of person that would be really miserable if music was my income because I wouldn't get to do all of this other bonkers shit that has no point. This is the stuff that I love.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. Like even the after party at in Amanda's backyard from Ska Talk. That was a great time too. Like
Yeah.
both of those nights were some of the best times in my life. Honestly, like you can't. I thought you couldn't do that again after a Phillies, but then we did it again, and I was like, "Holy shit, we just did this again!" Like, it's just got to be the right place, the right people, the right time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But we have one more track on this album to discuss before I surprise everyone in this chat with something you're not expecting. So we're going to talk about If You Weren't a Witch, VIP, and what makes this the VIP version.
So in electronic music, VIP is used
Oh,
as it's kind of a version of of remix, and it means variation in production. And it means when a producer does a different version of their own song. And I'll probably never in my life ever do another song where I've done a different version of my own song quite like this. So I get to use uh, EDM terminology this one time to make to name my EDM remix, my drum and bass remix. of my song from my last album.
Americana.
Yeah. And I felt like this was another thing like I kind of made as an experiment because I love drum and bass music and I never feel like my attempts at it are really passable. I feel like this is barely passable, but barely. I should be more confident in my music, but I feel like this is barely passable. But like I feel good about sharing it regardless because it's gonna be, you'll see next time like in 2 more albums, I'll be making a much better drum and bass song and you'll be able to point to this and see where it came from. But like I've decided I wanted this on the album partly because I was still kind of trying to tie this thematically in some ways to Americania, and obviously this a song from that album. But also it's now this is the third version of this song that I've put out. There's the ska version on Americania. There's also another version with John Kashnowski playing trombone that's sort of a folk song. And now there's a drum and bass song. And this is like the jubilant one and the maximalist one. I had so much fun producing this drum and bass song incorrectly by like putting like I love what I ended up with because it's not right. And I love all the ways that it's incorrect. And like the layers of things, I find that some of the choices I think it's a funny mix. Originally, this had Monty Python samples in it. I took them out because I was afraid I was going to get sued. But I originally had some Monty Python samples in this song as well. And it was like this is a song about being canceled and about daring to say something nice about somebody who's canceled. And I wanted to have like a really silly, like deliriously upbeat version of it as almost like a like this is I feel like this is ultimately kind of a dark song. And like it's describing witch trials and murders and like terror.
Yep.
And I decided to make it this jubilant celebration as like kind of like a hey, you can't kill me. You cannot burn this witch. And like this is sort of my way of like just refusing to die, I guess. Thumbing my nose. I end it with a little snippet from Street Fighter, the sound it makes when you win a fight without getting any damage, without taking any damage. Like just really silly braggadocious kind of like this is my way of using the pain that like generated these lyrics. It's not pain anymore. It's something else. It's turned into this dancing energy.
And you did play this at Ophelia's.
Yes.
You absolutely did. And it was great and wonderful. And everybody loved it and just like, I don't know, was vibing to it. Let's just put it that way. I think I sang along poorly. I always sing along poorly. But
we've seen the clips.
But the point is, like, I'm there to have a good time and feel the music.
I wonder if I can share the original sheep noise. It's actually like a 20-second clip of like a bunch of sheep noises in a meadow.
Do it. You do it.
You get the behind the scenes.
Do a
Sheep solo.
Matt.
Sheep solo. Let's go.
Matt's gonna do a cover of the sheep noises.
Just send it to us and we'll use it for the promo video for this when we publish this.
Wait, send it.
I dropped it in the chat in Zoom.
Ah!
Haley.
Hey.
So earlier this week, there was like some commenting going on as to debating whether or not your album could be considered ska or not in any sort of way.
All right, let's hear it.
Like, I can't wait to debate that. So we brought him on to debate.
We are calling in the experts now, I see.
Is
All
whether
right.
or not Matt Wixson's latest album, Resistor, had any ska in it. Welcome, Lee Fletcher. He is an expert on ska, believe it or not. Like, let's just say this. Eric used to be my co-host, and Eric knew a lot about fucking ska, and he was like really fucking smart, knew all the things. Lee reminds me of Eric in that way, like he knows things, and he is bringing to the table a debate tonight with Matt Wixson.
He will tell us all whether or not this is ska.
And both of them took very long car rides with you, so that's special. Welcome to the show, Lee. It's about fucking time you're here.
Oh yeah, I think this is the first time I've been on, so
I know, but you've always watched and you've always been in the chat, and I knew.
Have you been in the
days
waiting
ago-
room for 2.5 hours?
No, I sent him a message 10 minutes ago that said I knew days ago I was going to invite you on, but I just did it now.
thanks for having me.
How does it feel?
It's an accomplishment for sure.
And you're here with Matt Wixson.
Mm.
God.
No, I was just saying you have a really good microphone, Matt.
Oh, this old thing? Thank you.
Yeah.
Just hanging around.
Well,
It's like
honestly, this is not the microphone you should be using for podcasting. This is the only microphone I have that I use for recording like instruments, and it's probably not the right microphone for several of the instruments either. And this is, I am DIY till I die. It is a nice microphone, but it's not the right microphone. Thank you.
Till I die is a great thing. So, Lee, you want to debate this album? Is it ska? Is it not ska? Tell us your thoughts.
I mean, just the fact of anybody that knows you is immediately kind of think that it's ska, and
Because
I mean,
why?
when I just from the history of you talking about it 365 days a year in some point, but
For
I
instance,
got to say, when I first heard it in the car, and now I've heard it maybe 5 or 6 times since then, like it's really not a ska album.
got him.
Surprise!
And more so than the last one. I mean, the last one, the music wasn't ska, but it still had a lot of this one is just basically not structured like a ska album at all.
The last one had one ska song, and this album has that song with all of the ska taken out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with Dickie, it wasn't a ska song, but it was about
Right.
ska music. So
Like
that
the
counts.
last one had very little ska music, but culturally it was very ska.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing though. Like there is ska music, in my opinion, the definition of ska music is pretty narrow. Like there's a lot of ska punk and a lot of fusion and everything. But like ska is a pretty narrow thing in my brain. And it doesn't matter if you disagree with it. I don't care. It's like I don't care if you think I'm wrong. It's fine.
So, what is it?
But like it's very like it's a very specific tempo. Like it's a very like Jamaican tempo. Whether it doesn't
really?
have to be Jamaican like exact style, but it's got to be Jamaican tempo. It's got to have an offbeat like guitar or piano or a chordal instrument, something. The drum beat also can't just be like a rock beat or a soul beat. Like it's got to be something like, and if it's not, it's a hybrid, and that's fine. It's not invalid. It's whatever. But like in my brain, ska means something very narrow, and in the real world, ska is like a subculture. It's not a style of music. And in that sense, the last album was very much a ska album in the subculture sense, because there's like 24 musicians from ska bands on that album, and it's like Lee pointed out, like it's cannibalized a Mighty Mighty Boss Tone song with Dickie Barrett on the song, and there's horns on songs that don't normally like genres that don't normally have horns, but like there's horns, and like it all feels kind of ska coded. This I was very surprised. I think Lee, you were the one that was like, you even included a ska song, and I'm like, huh, did I? I'm not so sure that I did. There's definitely reggae influence on this, and obviously there's horns. There's upbeat music with horns. That's hard to say that that's not ska coded. You don't hear upbeat music with horns often. That's not,
Yeah. I guess I've always thought of it as like there's ska music and then there's the ska scene. So there can be stuff on the ska scene that's not really ska music, but like they just like playing the ska scene because they're their friends, and people that like ska music like that type of stuff. Like I can name a few bands really that aren't ska that sort of float the scene like that. And then in the same regard, it could do the opposite way.
Like
Like there's ska bands that don't play with ska bands. Like when's the last time the Interrupters have had another ska band on the bill that wasn't a festival? It's probably been 5 years before COVID.
well, there was a select run of dates, I think, going down to a Flogging Molly cruise where the Interrupters played some dates with the Slackers and Big D and the Kids Table, which
Okay.
would have been an incredible combination of bands, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Like they're a band that is in the punk world and in the rock world, and they
And the
don't.
same with reggae. There's some reggae bands that are really just ska bands who like the reggae scene better, I guess, or they have more fans on that scene.
And there are also bands in the ska scene that carry themselves as ska bands and are branded as ska bands and booked on ska shows that are post-hardcore bands or they're prog metal bands, and
Right.
that's or just pop punk bands, and like all of that is perfectly like that's the ska scene. That's the ska like subculture, and but like at the same time, like when people say um like a pop rock song that has horns, if we can call that ska, then can I call Double Helix ska jazz? Like probably not, right? But
Oh
like
yeah.
if ska is that, if you can be that flexible with the ska part, clearly it's jazz. Like I can definitely call it a version of jazz. Like if that had a ska rhythm, I could call it ska jazz. But like, how flexible can we be with ska? And would I can I call it like this song that in my brain I would categorize as like an Afro house song? Can I get away with calling this ska jazz? I don't know. Like ultimately, I know that I get a reputation for being serious about genres and what is and
Do
is
you?
not. Yeah, and
I didn't know this about you, honestly.
I genuinely don't I care about the definitions of words, but I don't care about anybody's categories for anything
So, as somebody
at
who
all. Like I don't care at all about people's categories for anything.
I'm glad to hear that, because as somebody who has an Instagram page and a thing called Skagazine, I share a lot of bands and music, and every now and then I'm gonna like go live with something that's not even ska, just because I know there's a lot of
Here
crossover
you
and
are. We're talking
people
about an
who,
album that we all agree has no ska
yeah,
on it. It's fine.
Yeah.
absolutely. But the thing that really, really gets me is like I shared a Fuakata video. They definitely have ska and upbeats in their music, but somebody was like, just because they have horns doesn't mean they're not ska.
Well, what I mean, there is, like I said, I care about the meanings of words. Ska does have a meaning to me, and
It does,
it's pretty
but
closely tied to Jamaica, and
yeah,
it's perfectly fine that a lot of things have evolved from it. I think, like I was in the Flaming Tsunamis. We were considered a ska core band. We were a weird metalcore band. Uh, like we barely had any ska content in our music, and I
but
think
the
that ska
influence
core
is
is
there, right? Like if the influence is there,
and
then
I feel like it doesn't really like I said, the categories of things don't really matter, but like skacore as like an expression, as like a voracious, like anything that has ever been on Warped Tour you can incorporate into one song is so incredible. Like that is such like skacore is such an incredible like American genre of music. Like Operation Ivy was like one of the founders of skacore, and it has evolved through like Blue Meanies, through the Flaming Tsunamis, into like I mean, obviously, like currently Stuck Lucky and Power Up and Mutiny and The Best of the Worst and Hans Gruber, like incredible music, incredible creativity, art, high art, like really intricate
It's huge in Japan and
music.
Korea right now, too.
oh,
Yeah, I mean it's
absolutely.
but like it's an export. Like it's something that America created and is exporting. Like it's in a way in a way American music is cultural imperialism, and this is something we have to grapple with. But in the meantime, in our scene, like I love the idea of skacore, the idea that anything can happen in a song. and that any genre can be mashed with any genre and combined, not even just side by side, but combined with any genre. Like
That's unity.
that's incredible, but like to call that to call skacore and ska like the same thing, I don't like. I find it's fine to say that those are separate things. That's not to say that there's anything wrong with either of them, because I love unabashedly both of them, but they're not the same thing.
But you can
But
call
the
unity
ska scene,
between
incorporates both of those, all of that, and more. Like the ska scene is all of that. It's also a style of dress. It's also a language. Like we have lingo, a vocabulary. Like
yeah.
there's shared memes. There's like we have a shared culture. Like we are a culture. The same as like any other group, like religious group or cult or whatever. Like we ska is a scene, it's a culture, and like this is different than genres of music. And whatever anybody says about the genres of music being played by Flaqueta, they're part of the ska scene. That's like
Absolutely.
culturally us. That's ska culturally.
And they're really fucking good. Have you listened to them?
Yeah, yeah. I played a show with them a year ago.
Yeah. I hosted them here in Philly. They were amazing. And I saw
They got
them.
2 albums they're working on.
Yeah.
They
But regardless of who the band is, like
they were in Detroit the last time I was able to play at a ska show in Detroit.
ah, jeez. And it's come full circle. We talked about the whole album. We talked about whether it was ska or not. So I think we get on to the fun things now. Because we do 4-hour podcasts.
Can I just tell you that today somebody told me that my rap verse in I've Been There was Lin-Manuel Miranda quality?
Was what? Well,
Lin-Manuel Miranda quality?
I mean,
Like the guy that wrote Hamilton.
oh,
Which like
that's good, right?
that's an
No,
incredible compliment. I don't
yeah.
know if I deserve that, but that's a really, really good compliment. That
I mean, that's like,
again, that was the song I was worried about. There is no way I ever in my life expected to be compared to Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Well, let me ask you: did you watch a lot of that before you wrote that song?
No, of course not. Like I'm
It would
not
be even
like
crazier.
I nothing again. Like I have so much respect for him. He's clearly a genius at
Yeah.
what he does. I don't like what he does though. Like I couldn't finish Hamilton. I don't like musicals, I don't think. And like there's something really I really don't like something about like the I don't know, I think it's the musical theaterness of what he does. But like the lyricism is like he's an incredible lyricist. And
Yeah,
so
he's a comparison to him is crazy. I do happen to like musicals and love Hamilton, but for sure, just his music writing alone.
A lot of woof.
Yes. And I loved reading about each song he did, where he was and what song was his inspiration. Like, and then I listened to it and I'm like, oh yeah, of course I hear that now. And that's fun to do too.
yeah.
And now I'm gonna act out and sing the entire Hamilton. I could. I'll spare you. I'll save it for the dogs.
Now that I've said that, I probably should try to see if there's a Hamilton song that speaks to me.
I'll think on that.
Like
I'll
if I find, I'm the kind of person that like if I find something that's like if I find something like bothers me in a way I can't put my finger on, I gotta study it and find out what I actually like about it that I'm afraid to like about it. That's usually the case.
Yeah. All right. So you didn't listen or watch the whole thing.
It's very long. Like
It
I like
is.
musicals,
During
but
COVID.
I had a hard time a little bit.
COVID, it came out on Disney. So what else did we have at time?
Well, I was talking about this with a coworker. We were somehow Hamilton came up at work today, and like I said, kind of a version of the same thing. Like he's clearly a genius, but like I don't know, there's something about it that like I don't really like. It's kind of like corny or something. And
Well, that's me. I feel like that's
but like,
musical.
I was like, well, what year did it come out? And it came out in like 2015, and I was like, God, that was like the last good year of American liberalism. Like everything went to shit after that. And but like we were really running on a high at the end of the Obama era of like we've figured out racism, we've solved all of this stuff. Like queer people are on the rise, and like there's this like almost like in retrospect it seems like a really really dumb optimism in Hamilton. And like it doesn't seem like it was justified, and it in retrospect I'm like, God, yeah, that was really of its time. It doesn't like the idea that you have a bunch of slave owners portrayed by people of color seems so that it's so Obama second term.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm sad missing Obama.
So anyway, we're at the point now where Rachel's gonna ask, do you plan on playing more shows? Maybe reconsider your East Coast tour, yada yada. Do you want me to ask?
I think you just did.
I think so.
I have no plans on playing shows, but I try to say yes to things when I can.
So if
Which is like
somebody
this is a very lazy and passive way of saying, I guess I'm technically open to it, but like I'm really not making any effort whatsoever towards it. And that kind of works for me. I started saying no and started like deciding not to pursue shows. Like around 2018, I'd started doing improv and I'd found another outlet for it. And music was complicated for me. Every time I announced a show, there was like a coin flip of whether or not somebody would say some false something about sexual assault about me. And like I was not stoked about announcing shows when that was happening. Uh so I stopped announcing shows, and it was kind of a defensive thing, but like I learned to inhabit it, and like I started now I write music that is I'm a recording artist. Making records. I'm not trying to make songs that I'm going to sing now. And that perspective has been very good for me as a creative person, I think. That said, I would love to do more things like I did at O'Fowley's and like I did at Amanda's, because that seems like that feels totally separate thing, and I feel like I I feel like it's a version of being an improviser, like an improviser performing as a jukebox in a way, which is such a weird thing to do because like I'm playing songs I don't know, but like I know I can fake my way through, or I think I can fake my way through part of.
So the question is, how far are you from Chester, New York?
I have no idea where Chester, New York is.
He's nowhere close. I've map quested you all.
You have?
No, I know the state you're in.
I want to give you a chance, Rachel, to plug this thing you've been helping out with this festival.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, wait, but I think I just before shenanigans.
Yeah, do this first. Like plug this festival you've been working on and some of the things you've done for it.
Okay, so I am helping out a friend, Joe Frank. He's in the Prize Fighter, which I know I'm not sure. Has he played shows near you, Jess? I know that he's been festivals with you.
So I know him from Camp Pennsylvania and like
yeah.
And he was at Ska Days, and like we've been at a lot of shows together. And
yeah,
but I've never seen them.
Yeah, well, they're good, and that it's funny because he was like, "Oh yeah, Jess is awesome," but you know who's even cooler? Her kid. He's crowd surfed like 10 minutes, and I was like, I can totally see you having a connection with Ox. So he's putting together this festival with the proceeds all going to the Suicide Prevention Foundation, along with Punk Rock Saves Lives, which does a lot more than I thought they did, actually. It's mental health and cancer stuff, swabbing for bone marrow transplant. It's going to be in Chester, New York at a brewery. And there is, I came into this with him having a great list of bands. I just don't have them all. I know we have
the Lasketeers are playing. I know that.
Lasketeers are I'm very excited to see because I keep missing their shows when they are near me. And I messaged Jeff Davidson and was like, hey, would you, I've been bothering, just musicians I I kind of know, and we're not complete strangers. And I was kind of joking, half joking, where I was like, because I know he's in Jersey, I was like, yeah, and if you want to close out the night, that's cool too, whatever. And then he was like, yeah, absolutely. I was like, wait, what? So Jeff will be closing out the night with an acoustic set, and I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about this festival, and it's such great, causes the money's going for. So everyone should come. There's going to be a raffle. I just got a message tonight that with a tattoo certificate, good raffles, good time, good food, good people.
Are there going to be comedians there too?
There are. And
Is Rachel Summers going to be there?
That's not the one I'm excited about.
Who's the other one? It's incredible. And like, I know you love her, and you're like, I am so stoked to do this.
Yeah, I'm not a real comedian. It's just for funsies. And Bailey Pope will be there, which I was like, oh,
it's great.
I said no if Bailey was going to be there. Now I'm going to be embarrassed because she's super cool and funny.
She really is. She's
I'm looking for her at Fest. She's going to be at Fest.
So very excited to see her too. Yeah, super cool, and it's gonna be great. Everyone should come. I think
I'm gonna try to make it out, and I said I was gonna persuade Janice to come with me. And Matt's considering. Look at him. Look at him go. He's considering.
DY.
That means it's only what, 9 or 10 hours from me?
I don't know. Chester, you look it up.
And this is like, it really is just all heart. All of us are just trying to figure out like the logistics and money aspect is like none of us know. It's like all heart, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, and this is like a first time for everyone involved, right?
Yeah, I know Joe has done like another festival before, but like he's just, everyone's just so nice. I have to be the one like, no, vendors should pay for a table if they're so like just all heart and good people, and
yeah,
it'll be a good time, even if it's
Well, we hope to make it, and if not, I know you're gonna rock it anyway, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, no, super excited for it.
And now I'll let you get into shenanigans.
Okay. Can you tell us the craziest, preferably most humiliating story from a show you either did or attended, etc.?
Okay, the only time I ever sang in Los Angeles, California. Well, actually, it was Hollywood, California. The Flaming Tsunamis in 2007. I think it was February. We played at the Alternate Lounge at the Knitting Factory in Hollywood at a show that Chris Murray booked every month. He booked a monthly ska show called the Blue Beat Lounge, and sometimes they would have like incredible, like iconic Jamaican legends would come to LA and play his show, or Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra would play at like this little club in LA, or like just the who's who of Los Angeles, like Southern California ska. Like they would be traditional nights, third wave nights, ska punk nights. We played like a ska punk night, and I was a huge fan of Chris Murray, and reached out to him and asked if I could play a solo set, and I was playing solo sets here and there on this tour with the Tsunamis, which was crazy because like they were a very heavy band, and I was also doing acoustic sets. But like, so I played this show in LA with the Tsunamis, and with Chris Murray was the producer, is running the show. That night, I met Mitchell Doobie, who basically joined our band that night. The rest of the band had already been friends with him from a previous LA tour. He lived in LA. He basically, like, from that night on, he joined our tour, and he was playing trombone for some songs and selling merch for some songs, and just kind of a general hype guy and posse, good guy. But my introduction to him was he's friends with my friends, so he thinks we're friends, and he's heckling me at this show, and I fucking am not doing well with it because I don't know him. Like, in retrospect, it was totally like, it was good natured. Like, this is how I interact with my friends. This is how he interacts with my friends. Like, this is a normal way for people. But like, I don't know him, and I'm on stage for the first time in Los Angeles in front of one of my favorite singers, one of my inspirations, and this guy is like heckling me in a way that's getting to me. And I play a terrible set. I never really get confident I never like the crowd is not having me. And I not a lot of sets have gone this way for me. Like this is one of the worst sets I've ever played, and Chris Murray's there. And after the set, I get to talk to Chris Murray about it. And he was like, "Well, you know, cities like Los Angeles, New York City is one of them too. Like the best of the best are playing every single night. Like there's probably 50 incredible shows happening in the city tonight. Like these people are used to seeing like the top-notch entertainment. Like you if you're playing here, you gotta now you know, like you've gotta be that kind of entertainer." And I'm like, fuck, man, that's such a difficult thing to hear from somebody I look up to like this. But like what a generous thing he did by telling me that, you know? Like that was a reality check for me. Like, man, I'm kind of fucking around like this, and I really can't expect to be taken seriously if I'm fucking around. And like that, it was very humbling, but like in the moment, it was also kind of devastating.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, like by the next day, Mitch and I were very good friends, and like all of that was behind me. I still am kind of resentful about how that happened, but like all the lesson, I'm grateful for the lesson. And like God, yeah, what an honor it is to get a hard truth from somebody you look up to like that.
Um, how often have you ever thought about it?
Mm. I don't know. I don't. It's not something like I
Are you
ruminate.
good at letting it go? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is almost 20 years ago at this point. Like, I don't ruminate, but
it's in
like,
my bedtime routine of stuff to think about when I was in sixth grade. So I don't know how other people's brains work.
there's plenty of other things that I'm like
Okay, so it
the last thing I think about and the first thing I think about when I wake like that kind of thing. Like, yeah, there's I've got those things, but like
That-
it's not the things that happen on stage. Nothing like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that's shenanigans. Do we have any preliminary results in the election, Matt?
Oh God, I forgot. I've been having such a nice time. I forgot to see who
You
my next
have?
senator might be.
That's so cool. Like this
Well,
is
the
the
good news is AP estimates with 40% votes counted, Abdul El Sayed, the man I hope is my next senator, is winning with 49.7% of the votes to 46.6 to his
Pretty good.
yeah, about
yeah,
3.1.
yeah. Okay.
It's better than South Carolina, where I'm just disappointed with every single election. So
This is
don't have
very
much to do
it's
anytime soon. Maybe in like 30 years, but it's gonna be a while.
I don't- are you do you guys have you guys seen like this past week or so like coverage of the Michigan Senate primary?
Online, I have not really on like anything on TV, but
Right.
online.
Well, like I've seen articles online about like this primary is the battle for the soul of the Democratic Party. I'm like, well, that's pretty heavy. Also, how come Michigan's got to do everything? Like, Mi-
Representation, though, it's so hard for the Democrats to find somebody likable.
well, I mean, clearly, but they keep running the same kind of candidate and then saying like, what do you guys want? Somebody that's not bought by those people. How about that? Somebody
Yeah,
like Abdul El Sayed or Bernie Sanders. That's what we want. Somebody we can feel fucking enthusiastic for.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
did you go to any of the shows that Ryan had for this, Matt?
I did not know.
He- Like, so I didn't really follow any of them until the one he had in Detroit with Middle Out. I guess
Yeah.
it was Middle Out. He said he had a good attendance, and I'm proud of him for what he's doing. Like Punk
Yeah.
Rock Crying is a part of our team. I just want to shout him out. Hasn't been around for interviews lately because he's doing really important work on the political end of things, and we're really proud of him.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that he was doing those shows. And like back in, I guess about 10 years ago, like my band played some like low key like fundraiser kind of punk shows for the Bernie Sanders campaign,
Oh, that's cool.
where we got like a handful of local bands that all just wanted to like raise money. Like we threw like a we had like a punk rock potluck in the Bernie Sanders Detroit headquarters.
That's
which
fun.
is so crazy. It'll just me and a bunch of like mostly queer fronted punk bands, and then like a bunch of volunteers brought dishes. It was such a crazy night.
That's awesome.
I bet
Was
the
it
campaign
right?
actually acknowledged it too. I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised. Did they send a thank you or anything? They probably did.
I mean, a lot of this stuff, like the Bernie Sanders campaign in the primaries, was like it was not energized and connected, and like we didn't like there was people in contact with the central campaign, but a lot of it was pretty autonomous volunteer shit, and like they didn't know what we were doing most of the time.
Right.
And so I feel like it's a lot more organized now, but like even still, like the volunteering is still very autonomous for these kinds of candidates, where like local people have a lot of leadership over things like that.
I kind of regret not meeting Bernie. I could have met him. I had a good chance to meet him when he was here in Rock Hill, and I slept on filling out the paperwork, and then it went past the date.
I wonder if we can like get Bernie on for an interview. That'd be fun. I think he would like ska.
He recorded a reggae version of "This Land Is Your Land."
Bernie
Sanders, he's barely singing. He's like, "This land is your land. This land is my land." Like he's not really singing. He's like
I didn't
he's
know
just
that.
talking.
I did know that
But
the
over a
write-ups,
reggae
did
song.
do a am I right? The write-ups did a thing for
And I think this is from like the late 80s too. Like he was a younger Bernie Sanders.
All right, well, I gotta tap out. I'm gonna reach out to Bernie Sanders and try to get him on the show.
Yeah, might as well.
I was gonna say no way he likes ska, and then I realized that I was just thinking of him as Larry David. Like interchangeable in other ways.
Larry David.
From
You
like
gotta find a
like,
Vermont Scott man.
definitely
Reach
not.
out.
I know what you're talking about.
He would hate ska, and I'm like, no, Larry David would hate ska. That's not actually Bernie Sanders.
I would like Bernie Sanders to collaborate with Big D and the Kids Table. It's not Vermont, but it's New England,
It's close
and
enough.
I think that is a perfect combination.
They're also currently going on an East Coast tour with the Doom Snopper. No, just Ben Bazile. Never mind, not all Big D. But
No, Ben Basile, no, that's a New York tour. Ben Basile, Girth Control, the Abrupters, and the Doom Stompers.
You
They're
call
doing
it
their
Burn E and the Kids Table.
I'll still plug it.
Bernie and the Kids Table.
From the redwood forests to the
Dennis
Gulf
is
Stream
back.
waters.
I'm sure you've been around long enough to know that this category is our random question round. It's like a speed round. I pull a card, and who knows what it's gonna say, and you give your best answer or make something up. It's up to you. We're not gonna hold you to it. So
All
the
right,
first
speed
one
round
is
though, right? No discussion.
Speed
round.
round.
Yeah, good luck.
Speed round. Exactly. Yeah. There's no yeah. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Invisibility.
Why?
Speed round.
Speed round. No discussion. Moving on. Would you rather have 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
One horse-sized duck, and I would ride it.
Oh.
With its consent. If I could negotiate consent with a horse-sized duck, I would ride it.
That's fair. What's the craziest place you've ever woken up?
Oh, might be a carport in Atlanta.
If you could play a show in any location, real or fictional, where would it be?
Oh, I would love to play a show in any Waffle House.
I love that.
Oh, I think we can make that happen. We can make that happen.
We should make that happen.
If anybody, I feel like all you need is to know somebody, even like low level in any Waffle House, and like you can work it. I feel like that's all that needs to happen. I feel like it's a pretty.
I can make that happen without knowing anybody.
But like you never see any footage of anybody performing in a Waffle House. But like I feel like it's fair game now. I feel like it's an option for someone. And if somebody fucking is listening to this and beats me to it, I'm gonna have to write another album about you.
Holy shit,
You see that Flocka played in a grocery store this year, so.
Matt, do you remember that time when you were like, I'm gonna make you edit interviews again? I'm gonna edit this one so no one does this before us.
Okay. That's fine. No, that's a fine. This is a good idea. Leave this in. Fuck it.
Copyright the Waffle House
That,
show.
if anything, that gives me
Copyright.
motivation to actually make this happen before somebody else gets to steal it from me.
I'm already calling Waffle House. Hold on.
If you could be any animal, what would it be?
Oh, I think an octopus.
Very cool. Okay, what was the first concert you ever went to?
Weird Al Yankovic in 1995.
I love him. I just got to see him recently. He's still so amazingly good.
I've
Oh my
seen him a
God.
couple times after I thought I'd outgrown him, and I've never outgrown that man. He's so
Never,
good.
never.
I'm so good.
He
That's
just gets
my kid's first concert I took them to, and I was blown away. I was like, now that's some showmanship. Wow. Like,
the
awesome.
costume changes, the dancing, everybody gets into it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a favorite Muppet?
Oh, no. The answer is no. Next question.
Werewolves or vampires?
Oh, vampires.
Okay.
I like
Do you
animals.
have a favorite city or venue to play in?
I've only played there once, and I've only attended shows there a couple more times than that, but I have such a love for the Grog Shop in Cleveland, and it's partly just because I had such a great night. The one show I played there, my punk band was opening for the Slackers, and it was the only time I'd ever played in Cleveland, or the first time we'd ever played in Cleveland. And we made such a good impression on people who had never heard of us and who did not come to that show to hear punk. And I don't know, for that reason, like I'm like, God, this is such a special place. Also, like at that show, the Slackers told me about like, we've been playing this place for like 25 years. Every tour since our first tour, like this has been the place that books us. And like that's kind of how we do our business. Like that's kind of how we can have longevity as like professional musicians. Is like we have relationships with clubs like this that'll book us for decades at a time. And like I was like, man, this really is a special place. Hell yeah. So the
It's a
Grog
very,
Shop
very
in Cleveland has for some reason.
Hey, Matt.
That is
so much
actually
for
the
that
farthest.
fucking speed round.
That's
I
the
know.
farthest I've ever gone to go to a show at this point in
Oh,
my
you've
life
been
is the
there?
Grog Shop. Yeah. I went to see
What?
Twisted Tarantulas quite a
Who?
few years ago. The Twisted Tarantulas,
Huh?
they were a rockabilly band.
That
I
was,
had a phase. I still love them.
oh,
I
I want to go see Saban play there because I know they play there a lot.
Oh,
And
okay.
I love
Not
them.
that bad.
I
All right.
recommend it.
I'm still here. Shit, this is
You're
awkward.
still here.
Guys, don't look.
Awkward. Just go already.
Anyway,
What? I thought she was leaving.
Don't look. I just
I
really
thought
look.
she was leaving.
You guys are already talking about me. I'm like, well, no. You
Where
whore.
is she gonna go?
Go talk amongst yourselves. Don't
What if-
talk. Here, guys. I'll just take the stairs. I'll take the elevator back up.
Oh dear Lord.
Just loves it.
she's gone. Holy shit.
Well, I think we're done with categories. That was actually probably the most questions I've ever gotten through in one round. So
I
Pretty
think we
impressive.
didn't hit one, and I'm gonna ask it because it's my favorite. Who
Oh.
is your dream collab, Matt? A band or artist that you want to collaborate with, living or dead? Who would it be?
Living or dead?
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, and before you answer, I will say somebody mentioned earlier that Bob Dylan only had 2 original songs on his debut album.
That's true. Everybody knows that. His second album is his first album.
I don't know why I just thought of that when I answered that question, but I know you really like Bob Dylan, and we were talking earlier. I guess
Well,
the covers. I
The
don't
thing
know.
is, like, you say Bob Dylan, but I think my answer to that question is Phil Oakes, who was a contemporary of Bob Dylan's in like the New York folk scene in the 60s and 70s.
Okay.
He was a lot more radical than Bob Dylan. He was also a lot funnier than Bob Dylan, and also like a lot more mentally ill. He killed himself in his 30s.
There it is.
But he also like led kind of almost surrealist political protests that gathered thousands of people against the Vietnam War and other kinds of things. So I think it would be fantastic to have somehow collaborated with him across time.
Okay, so he's the dead now. Who's the alive?
Um,
I said dead or alive, but I meant dead.
weirdly, I think it might be Kanye West. I know he's a
Wait,
bad guy.
what?
I know he's a bad guy, but like if I could, like, but like he's
No,
not.
no, no, no,
I might be Kanye West, and not for the evil reasons, but because like he's objectively one of the greatest creators of pop music like in our time. Like he's fallen off, but like he's alive. He is still alive. And he's made several albums that I don't even listen to. I can't bring myself to even listen to them anymore.
I am
But he's
going
made some
to.
albums that I consider damn near perfect pop records. And that's something that I aspire to be worthy of working with Kanye West. And I know that's problematic. Like the name, the guy, like his actions, like I condemn fucking the anti-Semitism and whatever. Like, but like I
I'm
do
gonna
I
retract my question. Dead only, dead only, dead only.
All right, Phil Oaks.
There we have it.
I'm only picking bipolar people, all right? I'm sorry.
And that's okay.
What can you say? I've got a type.
Yeah, I see it. All right, well, I think that's it. I think we're gonna wrap things up. Matt, tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me
Not your address. We don't want your address. Like on the social media website,
caught beneath the landslide.
on a Champagne Supernova.
You got it. You can find me on Instagram at Matt Wixson. You can find my new album on all the streaming things on Spotify, unfortunately, still, because I don't have the guts, and all the other streaming things. You can find it on Bandcamp. You can buy it and download it, and you read the lyrics. And if you're curious about who played the tambourine on that song, Bandcamp will tell you. I won't tell you here. I did talk to somebody about making a limited cassettes run for this because I actually really liked how my album sounded on cassette, and I think it's like I'm kind of pissed. I think that the cassette revival is so dumb. It's so phony. It's some bullshit hipster thing. But then I heard my album on cassette, and I'm like, fuck, this sounds sick.
Do you like? All right, let's go cassette versus CD versus vinyl. Like, what makes cassette better than CD or vinyl?
I don't know. There's something about like the compression and the saturation, and I don't even really know what these words mean, but like it sounded different. It sounded warm in a way that like my digital songs don't sound warm, but they sounded warm on a cassette in a different
But,
like
but you would choose vinyl over cassette, right?
well, vinyl's very, very expensive.
I
Like
know, but I'm saying like sound wise.
yes, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. It's pretty cheap to get cassettes made. Um and pretty easy for like pretty low effort required for putting the artwork together. Like it's low like it's easy enough to make cassettes. And I was thinking about doing it. I talked to somebody who has like a machine to like the capacity to make them. And I ended up bailing on the idea, but I'm still thinking about maybe I'll make cassettes or something. Maybe CDs too. I don't know. I feel weird about investing in merch these days because I'm not playing shows and I don't go out and promote things.
Yeah.
But also, like I know that there are people that would like to buy something, and I would like to have something for people to buy because it feels good for both
Yeah.
of us at the end of the day, I think. So I don't know. Like we'll see.
Do you have any vinyl of any of your music, like with any bands or yourself?
I have a bunch of Matt Wixon's Flying Circus vinyl still.
You do.
We had a EP. I mean, it's only 6 songs, which is crazy. So like it's
Okay.
3 songs on each side, and it's a 45 RPM
That's
12
cool.
inch. And it sounds incredible because like it's higher fidelity playing at a higher speed. It's like wider grooves and like it's just like a really like they gave the sound space. But yeah, we put out like a 12-inch with 6 songs on Community Records in 2016, and I've got a bunch of those.
Wait, you still have them like at your house?
Yeah, I've got probably hundreds of them in my house still.
Seriously? I would like to have one of those. I'll buy it. I would say bring them to Supernova, but you're not going to Supernova. Like bring them somewhere and sell them.
Well,
Yeah.
like when I have like a show or whatever, I try to, but like I don't play shows, so like I don't care.
But
Like
you
what? I
will.
don't
Yeah,
care.
All right. So when Matt plays shows, he's going to bring his Matt Wixson and the Flying Circus 10-inch. Did you say 10-inch? I don't know.
It's 12-inch.
12-inch.
Yeah.
Wow.
It sounds great, by the way. I played it a few times.
Thanks.
You have it?
Yeah, I have a copy of it.
He got one when he came to Michigan.
Oh, I'm such a fucking poser. I don't think anyone
Phew.
else.
Was
I
it
don't think anyone else
three and a
is
half
here,
hours?
but,
That wasn't so bad.
3.5 hours. Yeah.
Matt,
not
it
so
wasn't
bad.
so bad.
That's not so bad.
Matt, it was fun.
That was a fast 3.5 hours.
Say it was fun.
Yeah. That was a good time.
It was a fast 3.5 hours because we always have a good time. Lee, do you have any questions for Matt before we wrap it up?
No,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask Matt about the new Bouncing Souls record. What do you think? Have you
Oh,
looked
I have not heard the new Bouncing Souls record, believe
you
me.
haven't?
like a day before I saw you the last time? So I was like, let me give it some time, and I don't know if I like it yet. Like, it's okay.
Are you a Bouncing Souls fan, Matt?
No, I've barely.
No.
I mean, I don't have anything against the Bouncing Souls, and there's probably a bunch of songs of theirs that I would love, but like I've been at shows that they've played that like I've somehow like never really clocked their performances or whatever for whatever reason. Either I left before they played or I was just zoned out or at a different stage or whatever it is. And whenever I've heard them, I'm like, that's a punk band, yeah. And like I don't know. It's a band that I've never gotten into, but over the weekend of Scott, what fucking what was
Got the
that show called?
lot.
Ska the Lot. I was like gonna say someone at the park. Ska the Lot. Somehow Bouncing Souls just kept coming up in like random contexts. And
It's
I know,
because the album came out and everybody was talking about it.
no, but it wasn't just that. It was also like just randomly also coming like it was playing places where it wouldn't have been playing or something like that. I don't know.
They're my second missing band.
Also, yeah, you
It makes
remember?
sense.
Do you
'Cause
remember in Grand Rapids you kept asking me to play a Bouncing Souls song?
Did I?
Or you were drunk as hell that night.
Did I keep asking?
Yeah,
you to
at
do that?
Amanda's.
Oh, I should have played Lean on Sheena. I remember that. Yeah. And that's not even their song, but they covered that song. I do remember that.
Is that a Ramones song? I barely know anything about the Ramones either. The secret about, I don't really listen to very much punk music. Like, I like stuff that is punk informed. I like some punk bands, but like, the bands that are like the bands that everybody that listens to punk listens to are not necessarily on my radar.
Who is your favorite punk band? Ever?
I think Bad Religion maybe,
Oh,
but like Against Me is up there. Bomb the Music Industry, if they count as a I count them as a punk band, is up there.
you want to say hi?
I was just asking that.
Come on. Ox wants to say hi. Come on.
Hello!
Oh, good lord.
I have a question for you.
No,
Do
you
you
don't.
Do you like Angry Happy?
Oh hell yeah, that's my second favorite band in Philadelphia.
He
Who's
knew
your
it was
first?
a band. Oh, he said, "Who's your first?"
Who's my first? The Birds, the fucking Eagles, the fucking Philadelphia Eagles are my favorite band in Philadelphia.
I have another question.
Dad, ask your other
What do
question.
3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th, and 20th? Oh yeah, and 22nd.
What happened to 21st?
Oh, that just doesn't exist anymore.
By Ox.
My 21st favorite Philadelphia band is Catbite.
21st is Catbite. What?
I have whatever he sings on.
I'm not adding anything else to this list. I'm just naming that's the only I'm picking one number and I'm picking one band. That's what you get. I don't actually know that many bands from Philadelphia. Oh, Adam and His Package?
How about the Wonder Years?
Oh shit, yeah. Menzingers too, right?
Oh, and more useless trivia.
The
Yes.
Ergs?
The Ergs. I love the Ergs.
That's not are they
How
from
about the Dead
Philadelphia?
Milkmen? How about the Dead Milkmen?
Okay, Dead Milkman. That's Philadelphia. That's a Philly band?
Oh,
I feel like they're like uncancelable, Dead Milkman.
yeah, and they still play like shows in cemeteries and shit. They have another one coming up soon. Good stuff.
Yeah,
In
that's so cool. I
cemeteries?
always
Did
wanted to
you
go to
know?
that.
Did you know? I just found this out today. Actually, that Streetlight covered Punk Rock Girl.
Of course, I know this. Yeah.
I'm not a Streetlight fan. I didn't know that.
What else? I'll tell you anything you need to know about Streetlight. What do you want to know?
Hey, are
about
you
them?
like a big Streetlight fan?
No, but I was I was a big Bandits of the Acoustic Revolution fan before there was a Streetlight Manifesto.
Oh,
And then Streetlight Manifesto came out as like this little electric side project. It's like, oh yeah, he's doing the
so
Catch
wait.
22 thing again. But like I was a fan of Catch
I gotta ask
22
serious questions.
and I was a fan of Bandits of the Acoustic Revolution and then I was a fan of Streetlight Manifesto, but like once it got big, it stopped being my thing. And it's been big for like 20 years. So like I stopped listening to Streetlight Manifesto pretty early. Like I listen to them often. I see them every fourth time they come to town maybe. But I really really respect the shit out of everybody in that band. I think they're one of the most talented bands. It's time for bed.
It's no longer the Matt Wixson episode. We've gone. We were
Is this
like,
are we still on YouTube?
yeah.